Gamers react to kung fu movies. What? Hi, Internet.
Hello.
Oh, hey,
to the
Internet.
internet.
Are we on the internet?
I hope.
Man,
Not yet.
let's get off the internet.
Let's
It's
Ooh.
terrible here.
let's be everything, everywhere, all at once.
I understood that reference.
Look,
Cool.
it says live. It says we're live.
Yeah.
But we're not.
You should cover your heart.
Bow your heart.
I'm seeing us live.
Cool. Good job,
Yay.
internet.
I know I'm a moderator.
sucks.
Stop telling me that. Thank you.
It does that every time now. It's like, hey,
Just
look,
remember.
you're a moderator.
Just remember.
Let me see if mine
I have
is
not
loaded.
gotten an email about it yet. So
Is this 581?
Yeah. The last one was 580. Thus,
correct.
through the use of
No kidding.
natural numbers.
Man, numbers. How the fuck do they work?
I don't know.
A lot of old extras on our feed. Goner Rail. That's a good title. Goner Rail.
Was that from Skyfire?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to think, where did a monorail or somebody die on a monorail? Yeah. Okay.
Goner Rail. Oh, this is a remake of the 1977 Hong Kong film The Flash Legs.
This is? The
Yes.
Breathing Fire is?
Yep.
Oh.
That
Huh.
starred Chow Lang Tan, who executive produced and wrote this film under the pseudonym of Delon Tanners.
Of what?
Delon?
Or Dion Tanners.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Dion.
I am. The I look like an L. Is it? I can't. Is that
DJ
made-
Tanner? It was written by
Dion
DJ Tanner?
Tanners.
Wow.
This was Eddie Saavedra's
That's
first and
impressive.
only American film.
It's probably the last time I'll get to use TweetDeck before I have to pay for it. Oh no, never mind.
It was
because
written by
wants me to
Danny
sign
Tanner?
in.
I don't know anyone else's character's name on Full House, sorry. Except for
Uh,
Uncle Jesse.
Jesse, yeah, there it is. And then there's the one
There's the one
that credited on
yeah.
Alanis Morissette.
Right.
I don't remember that guy's name.
Dave Coulier.
I think it's ironic. That's his name.
A little too ironic. Share. Copy link. Go to the Twitter app, which is also bad.
So Twitter owns TweetDeck now, right? But they're going to make people pay for it to get a better version of their own product. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was the plan always. I
Right.
think they bought it because they were. You remember when Twitter did the big API crackdown like 7 years ago or whatever it was.
Okay. It's probably about when I stopped using it, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, give or take. Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got angry for a while, still being on Twitter while events post 2016 were happening, and but then I was just like, this is enough. I mean,
You got out way earlier.
It's
than we
enough.
did.
I mean,
It
it's
was
enough in a
smart
lot of
move.
ways,
Yeah.
but like, me getting angry and not being able to do anything isn't helping.
Yeah, Blue Sky. It's like Twitter, but less people.
Okay.
I don't think
It's okay.
I don't think I'm interested in that format.
Once you're
anymore.
out, it's you're better off being out.
Oh, I got to join now. Maybe I can still be Mr. Blue Sky.
Ding 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 ding.
Somehow I doubt it.
Oh.
I could
Is
look
that
it
the
up.
greatest song ever written?
It would be if Don't Bring Me Down didn't also exist from the same band. But I mean, that's just me.
I think Mr. Blue Sky wins because it is unfailingly positive feeling throughout the whole song.
Uh-huh.
But
Don't Bring Me Down makes me happy the whole time.
right, but it says "Don't bring me down."
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's like "Don't bring me down," like somebody's trying. Mr. Blue Sky, you're just
Oh, I see.
you just be chilling.
Counterpoint.
Okay.
Fergalicious.
Counterpoint. Go to hell.
I knew that would get him at least.
It's just one of those words. Or not words. It's great. May I counterpoint with the entire catalog of LMFAO?
Counterpoint. Hot.
Party all the time.
I got them boys on lock.
Or
She was up in the gym just
Gangnam
working
Style.
on her fitness.
Fitness pizza inside.
Yep.
Her.
Speaking of pizza, we watched a movie that involved pizza.
Pizza.
I still don't even understand how the whole pizza thing worked.
Do not understand the pizza.
There's
don't
a lot
remember?
of things I don't understand. No, I kind of know. Like I.
Let's
get to
let's
it.
light this candle. I'll explain it to you when the time comes.
Is there anybody here? I haven't even checked the lives. Oh, don't forget you're a standard moderator for this channel. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I like being a standard moderator. Oh, come on.
I like to be a substandard moderator.
Well, congratulations.
That's- yeah. Mission accomplished.
Hangeth thee thine banner.
So we posted in Discord and Twitter and all that.
Correct.
I can't be bothered. Did we watch this Tai Chi Master? No, we haven't watched that, right? Is that a new thing?
We watched Tai Chi Master. Didn't we?
I don't know. I feel like we must have.
I feel like I've seen Tai Chi Master. Thanks, Curtis.
We have.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, that's the one with Jet Li.
All right.
And Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
Was this the one where like Michelle Yeoh's really young and like barely in the movie? Or no?
No, that was no.
There was one movie where she was.
Oh, that was the one where Jet Li was the Tai Chi Master.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Well, It starts. It
No, but
starts
that's
with
not
Jet
the one
Li.
where she's super young. You're
No, but I mean, there's one where it's like, isn't she just like murdered and like in the background almost? It's like, oh, well, you're not important. It's like,
when I think of
mean-
her young, I just think of Yes, Madam, which is
yeah.
badass.
right. And also, I realized I think that's on Amazon Prime under a different title. I'm pretty sure. I was like, unless there's another Cynthia Rothrock, Michelle Yeoh movie that
It's very possible there could be.
it could be, but I mean, this I was scrolling through and I was like, isn't that Yes, Madam? But what is that title? I don't remember what it was now, but great story, I know. So full of details. Such enthusiasm.
I would like the audience at home to know that I'm not stupid or late. I just didn't get to wear this shirt yesterday because I couldn't go anywhere. So I'm wearing it today.
I mean, America's still that many years old plus a day.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't look a day over 200.
How old America is.
200 and,
America's showing its age.
yeah,
I hate to tell you.
It is, actually. It's not quite to 250 yet. I don't know. We haven't got the Sequa Bicentennial, whatever it's called.
Dodecus. Hypertennial. I don't know. Anyway, it's the only time I wear this shirt is like on 4th of July. So
I was born in.
You were born on the 4th of July?
No, I was born in September of 1976.
Oh.
So I realized from a very young age that I would never see another centennial.
I missed
You
Haley's
might.
comment when I was a kid, so I'm kind of fucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
wait,
I-
were you not born?
Oh, I was
You were
born.
old
I
enough.
just-
You
I-
just didn't see it.
We
I didn't
just,
see
we
it.
just missed it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
I think one of when was
Or
that?
Halleys.
86?
I don't know. I never want to get into that discussion if it's Haley's
Haley
or
Bob?
Halleys. No, Haley's or Halleys. I don't want to get into that. Like, is it Haley Berry or
Haley's
Halle
Comet.
Berry or Marion Berry?
Haley's Comet.
So Haley's Comet, which is the way we all agreed to pronounce it, like back in 1986. Was that
Sure.
1986?
Okay.
I can look it up.
Give or
I
take,
just
yes. I
expected,
mean,
I expected the two older gentlemen in the room to
It
know.
was when I was a kid.
1986.
Good job.
Fucking look at this
Next
guy.
to in 2061.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm gonna live to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna live until
don't-
2061.
That would put me
Just-
at 85.
I don't think I.
I don't think I'm going to make it.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to make it.
I just want to be a two-timer on the comet thing.
You're
'Cause
gonna
I-
you're gonna two-time that comment
Yeah,
with some meteor.
yeah, right.
Yeah, she's
Um,
thick.
what's-
She's meteor.
Because I remember my parents taking us. That's one of my earliest memories. Is my parents taking us out to a field somewhere.
So you can see Haley's Comet.
Okay.
What it looked like.
I
So
don't-
you were really little, like barely born, or like old enough to have consciousness, I suppose.
4.
So you're
I
not
would've
quite Mark Twaining it if you make it to the next one. So because he went in and out with Halley's Comet.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have been 4.
All right.
So just
barely.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's just
barely.
it is just the barest of memories. Like I don't remember what it looked like because I was running around being a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But there was some sort of thing where everybody, like, a bunch of us went out to a field
Yeah.
to see.
So if I make it to 85, I'd be able to see it again.
That's doable.
It would suck if it's like cloudy that night.
With a chance of meatballs.
Yeah. But yeah, but America being 300, absolutely not happening.
No.
Because neither I nor America will make it that far.
Yeah, could be a race. Let's see
It-
which one lasts longer.
Probably me. But,
We'll see.
you know.
I can't do math in my head, so
What math are you trying to do?
figure out how old I'll be when Halley's Comet comes around again. I'll be 79.
Yeah.
Well, I'll only be 79 years
Yeah,
old.
you'll make that.
Yeah, you can do that.
80, you're fucked. You're
Right.
not making it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very clear line of demarcation.
Right. I wouldn't want
And
to
it
live
starts
past
at
80
octogenarianism.
That's Demark Twainification.
Yes.
That's when
Since
you
we're
make-
talking about
yeah,
Halley's
since
Comet,
it makes
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Bringing it back around again.
Yep. I'm Huckleberry finished.
This is
now.
for the people of the sun.
Yeah, I think I'll stick around for that. I was planning on checking out earlier, but
Yeah, now you got a comet to look forward to.
yeah.
I don't know. I used to like.
You could start the whole get on board the comet, get on board the crazy train. I mean, what do you got to lose at 80,
Right.
79?
I could set
Yeah.
up a cult.
Yeah.
I've got
It could be the Haley's Bop. Yeah. And just bring it back because people won't even remember the Hale Bop by then. So you can just
Oh,
bring
yeah.
it back
Right,
around.
right.
Yeah.
And you'll look more normal than
Yeah.
that dude did.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep your eyes at a normal width. That's the important thing. Just don't wide eye it.
Yeah.
right.
Gives it away.
Yeah.
So I've got 38 years to get a cult set up for it. That's plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
I'm not even
Chapter
going to start
68.
till
Yeah,
I'm
don't start
60.
too early because you don't want the cult to fizzle.
Right.
I'd say like a good 3-4 years before the comet.
I'm going to start building the groundwork when I'm 60, I think.
Good plan. Yeah. Yeah.
That way I can
Grassroots effort.
Yeah. I can recruit people to have children and grow up in the cult, and that's
The great
that's
thing is
where
there's
the real
so
power
many
is.
documentaries out there now you can learn from. I mean, that's the beauty.
Oh, that's what I could do. I could join a cult now, learn all the cult stuff for the next 30 years,
That's thinking ahead.
start the cult. Yeah. There's a girl I want to meet there. Okay.
Yeah. And you need a haircut. I need a
I
haircut.
do need a fucking haircut.
Yeah, I'll address my hair at some point. I mean, there's a live feed. It doesn't matter.
The nighttime is the right time.
Actually, now's the right time to address the hair because it won't make any sense during the audio thing.
it
But yeah, I have weird hair and no beard. I don't think I had a beard last time either, so that's not new.
I don't
I think
remember.
maybe
It's
I
been
think
a
maybe
month,
I
2 months.
shaved before the last one, but
I don't.
You might have.
know.
you could check. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Are you going for like a Lakers basketball player sort of look?
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
Lakers white guy
I'm
basketball
thinking
player?
about
Yeah,
just
he's
letting.
got the Sasha Vucevic
I'm
thing going.
thinking about letting the unibrow grow in.
Yeah.
Yeah, going full AD.
I don't know what an AD is, but sure.
Anthony Davis.
The brow.
Cool.
Not
I
to
don't
be
know
con-
any
not
basketball
to be
players
confused
that-
with the beard, which is James Harden.
Right.
Who's
Okay, I do know James Harden and LeBron James.
Yes, LeBron James. Yes.
LeBron James.
Yes, he was in Blade
And
Runner.
yeah, and Corey Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Blade Runner and Space Jam 2. Cinematic masterpieces.
Wait, was Kobe Bryant and
No, I was making Brian James
No.
joke.
Brian James? Okay.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant was just a rapist. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that and the whole helicopter thing. I mean, pretty much the two things.
One he was in control of. One I don't think he was.
Okay. I mean, you fuck with gravity, gravity tends to fuck back.
Yeah. Well, I mean that is we've established this many times that helicopter your secondary plan is
Die.
die faster.
I mean, you can always use the ejector seats.
Say, yeah, jumping out. Don't work.
Don't worry about
mean,
the fact
Well,
that it says salad
You
sugar
better hope
on
it
that.
stopped running
They-
by the time you jump out.
They could make ejector seats. They just have to launch you sideways really far, I think, and fast.
No, they just have to wait because if it's not spinning anymore.
No, there's. I think there I think there's like one or two helicopters that have ejector seats, and what they do is they also have bolts that that fire.
Stop the blades immediately.
No, they
Oh,
just
just
let
shear
the
'em?
blades go. Yeah, and then
nice.
it waits a second, and then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want explosive bolts in my rotor. That sounds good, especially if you're being shot at.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn
I'm gonna
thing's
have to
just
ask my
blue.
Dad for confirmation on that Haley's comic.
Sorry,
thing.
I've now made 18 different early 1980s and whatever references movies. So
Yeah.
I was thinking Pau Gasol, by the way. That was the thing I was.
Oh, you were thinking
that was
Pow
the
Pow?
basketball player I was.
okay.
Mm.
Isn't
He had long
was
hair.
he the one that started like in the NBA when he's like 40, or is that? Am I thinking of somebody else?
You.
Oh, I'm thinking Mono Ginobili. Didn't he start like really late?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
There's some guy. I mean,
He was
Manu
like-
was older.
Yeah,
He
but
came
there
in the
was
league later.
But yeah, it was like somebody. He was like he'd already been a veteran in like the European League for a while.
Oh, you're thinking of Sabonis, Arvydas Sabonis,
okay,
back
yeah,
in the
yeah.
late.
Arvydas
Late
Sabonis
90s.
sounds like a
There's a new
strongman
Sabonis now too.
Yeah,
Junior.
Demontis
Yeah.
Sabonis. The Magic traded him for nothing, and
Yeah.
then he became an all-star
Oh.
because the Magic are fucking idiots,
Yeah.
and they hate me.
Zadrunas Savickas.
This is
by the
weird.
way.
We've gotten to basketball chat several times before because I
Oh, we
I
have
had-
because you guys are into basketball.
well,
and
I
like
had to
saying
correct myself
basketball
when
things.
I'm a
I was
fan.
trying to think of Most Def's new name, and I said Sadiq Bey, who's a power forward for the Atlanta Hawks, but I realized that. Yeah, yeah.
What is it? What is
It's Yassim Bey, I think.
Yassim Bey? That's
yeah,
right.
But I
You're-
said
you're
I was
correct.
close.
Yes.
I just said the wrong name.
Is that
He's
his new
also-
artist name, or can we still like?
I don't know.
I mean,
I
I think
don't
it's
call
like
him
Next time I see him, I'll ask.
Please, thank you.
I'll be like, Yassim.
Can my friend still call you Mos Def?
I mean,
And he'll say Mos Def.
isn't that
in
like
Italy.
I mean, why did I've forgotten like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's original name, Lou Alcindor, and
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali was
Cassius
Cassius Clay.
Clay?
See, as soon as I say their other name, the other name pops in. But
Oh, yeah.
I like getting to the first name first is the original name first is harder for me until I say the more famous name.
We should do a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of fun.
It is. We haven't chatted for a while.
We haven't.
chat.
Zadrunas Savickas, by the way. I wanted to get back to that.
Yes.
Who's that?
That's a Horcrux, I think.
No, it's a war crime in the wizarding world. He was one of the strongman competitors from back in the day. Remember when
Oh.
that shit used to be on TV?
Oh my god, I forgot about those. Yeah, like
Those
were they
dudes
just
are
pulling a tractor behind him and shit?
Yeah, lifting the Atlas stones and
Yeah.
shit.
I do like a good caber toss though.
Nothing beats a good caber toss.
I mean, we still have the Highland Games here every year, right?
You do.
So
You
it's
can
still
you can toss a caber if you want by
wanna-
yourself.
or try.
It's really hard.
Blow your colon out your
Yeah.
I'm going pro laps, caber tops.
It always comes back to prolapse.
Yeah.
It always comes back to prolapse.
Ah,
Yeah,
just
I
made the
mean,
prolapse
If
squeak.
you really feel like turning yourself inside out,
Yeah.
don't warm up before a caber toss.
No, no. I try not to warm up before any physical activity.
It's best, yeah. I mean, like, that way you could just like tap out, Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Like, oh, my old war injuries acting up. I gotta go.
it's my lumbago. The gag's got whiskers. All right, let's do this. And remember, the intro will be slightly different. I'm both saying this not to spoil the people that are listening,
Right.
but also for editing purpose, just follow the clap. I mean, like in Singapore. All right, and welcome to the Bad Movie Fiends syndicated audio program.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Good to be here.
We can't be the BMFcast anymore,
Why not?
unfortunately. Well, there's only 3 of us, and I no longer have a beard. Ergo, I believe the Constitutional Party has said that you can no longer be classified as a podcast.
In 1776, we
Yeah.
declared.
Such a shame. We've got the white guy part covered.
Yeah,
And we got the male part covered.
unfortunately, on both accounts, yes.
Oh well. Anyway,
Yeah, but anyway, we're back. We forgot how to do this, so we just decided to make up a new intro. And
Yeah.
in case you forgot who we are, I am Harlow, now
I'm-
beardless.
yeah, I'm Mackie, still bearded.
And I'm BJ, also still bearded.
Most bearded.
Most.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
likely to beard. That's BJ.
Yeah, your beard ratio is
You're
way
like in the
higher than rest
MLB,
of us.
most likely.
And I
bearded.
even trimmed mine like a week ago.
Yeah, now we just look like the slider in like in Oblivion or something. You know?
Exactly.
It's like
We're the white guys podcast slider.
Yeah, we are the dong slider of podcasts. Is what I like to call
except
us.
it's just a beard
Yeah, it's just a
and
beard.
differing levels of white.
Yeah, it's really just a bush slider, I guess. Anywho,
God.
yeah, now we started with all that hot fire. Let's now breathe some fire by talking about 1991's Breathing Fire, which is the title of this week's movie.
Yeah.
We chose this movie because the principal named actor. I mean, it's debatable as to who
Star?
Question
mark?
Star, as in like top title card, but as to who the hero or actual intended star of this movie is up for debate. But the top billed cast member is Ke Huy Quan. Oh my God, he's recent Oscar winner from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a early movie of his, obviously from 1991.
Right.
He took a long hiatus from acting.
Yeah.
He worked with Spielberg for a couple movies, and I think tried a couple other things, and it didn't really pan out at the time. And
Basically,
Then he was behind the camera for a long time.
yes, I mean, it was a time in Hollywood that was not particularly friendly to Asian American actors as far as doing anything of any note other than possibly being a sidekick or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
he was getting typecast a
yes,
lot.
yeah,
So he went to film school.
Mhm.
And fun fact, Chunk from the Goonies is now his entertainment lawyer.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good for both of them.
Good, yeah, good
Things
for both
seem
of
to
them.
be working out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this movie.
Wow.
Pizza.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well start there because that is the opening shot. There is a guy that I guess is designing the fake food, like plastic food that you see in advertisements and restaurant trays that they walk around to show you what you could order in some places, I suppose. Things like that. We don't really. There's not a lot of use for plastic food anymore. I don't feel
Yeah.
like. We used to have cafeterias and stuff where they would just set
Right.
things and be like, "This is basically what it looks like. Do you want that?" And without it going bad.
Right. Now it's just QR codes and camera phones.
Right. But this guy is like designing that, but it looks like a mad scientist there, and we're getting the credits over this, and there's unnecessary like dry ice smoke and shit around.
It's a little bit less mad scientist and more like Tornado in the Golden Corral. But it's weird.
Huh.
Like,
I don't recommend that, by the way.
I mean,
I know we've been gone for like 2 months because
Right.
of all these issues, but like I had almost forgotten what it's like to watch something that is like made by people who know how to make a movie, but also made by people who don't know how to make a movie.
yes.
And this is like both of them.
Yeah.
And there's something about this 1991, VHS era of, hey, it costs money to make this shit, so you better know what you're doing, kind of. But it's also like, it doesn't cost any money to write a script. So anybody can do it, right? And that's kind of what this feels like
Yeah,
to me.
this guy will never be seen. The scene will never be explained, other than he is lovingly designing like a personal pan pizza. Like it is the tiniest, dinkiest little tiny
a 10
pizza.
inch, I'd say.
And it almost looks like he cuts off a piece of it and eats it.
Yes.
But we're like,
Yeah.
no, this is definitely plastic.
Right. I don't understand. And we were like, is he going to breathe fire? Is this like some kind of, it's like Halloween 3 or something? I don't what is going on here? I don't know.
Also, the title never explained.
No.
Just
no.
gonna get to that now.
Yeah,
Don't look for any
I
meaning
mean,
in the
other
title.
than like, that's what dragons do, and we called lots of kung fu things after dragons because of Bruce Lee. I mean, that's literally
Yeah.
like your most tenuous connection
These
there.
guys are like Double Dragon.
Sure.
Maybe, I don't know.
It is a little double drag
Yeah.
me for a while.
But yeah, this guy now gone. We cut to the kids being taken to the martial arts tournament, not a karate tournament, just general martial arts. And I
Yes.
say that because it doesn't follow any kind of martial arts tournament that I've ever seen. Because like full on kicks to the head are perfectly okay. I mean,
Well, I mean, they've got like all the armor on,
Right.
all like the soft padding around the chest and everything.
and
but
for this part, I believe they do have headgear on. But for like the main final tournament, they
later
go
on.
sans headgear, and then they're just going full on kicks to the head. Now they have like feet pads on, but that doesn't stop that doesn't make the bottom of your foot softer, which they're doing a lot of landing of that. Anyway, I just don't know any kind of karate tournaments that allow kicks to the head. That's generally frowned upon.
yeah, but the dad drops the two of them off, which is Ki Kwan and his brother, who's a dude who just, I'm trying to think who he looks like.
That's
He's just like he just looks like your typical early '90s
yeah. I mean, I'm
white sports guy.
Yeah, I mean, he would be like the shit-heeled jock in most '80s movies.
Yes,
you know, like he's not your hero. He's just got that douchey hair and look to him. You know, that is just
he's a little bit Vanilla Ice-ish.
Yeah.
Because he's got the hair that kind of like goes up to a spike, but
He's got a bit of a flat top.
yeah. But either way, these two are brothers, clearly not by blood.
You don't say.
But the dad drops him off and is like, "Hey,
have
go
fun karate.
Go have fun, and by the way, don't get hurt." And he's not like a dick about it. He's just like, "I got shit to do. Love you guys. Let me know how it goes."
Yeah.
You know, and so he leaves, and they're like, "All right, yeah." And
They're begging him about like, if we win this, are you gonna buy us a convertible or some shit? He's
A
like,
Porsche specifically.
yeah, and he's driving around in a pretty nice Mercedes. Not like he's not driving like an extravagant. Oh my god, this guy's incredibly loaded. He's not being chauffeured for starters. I mean,
But you can tell like guy's got money.
guy's got
and
some money. He's got a shit ass spray tan and stuff that people would do in the early '90s.
bad haircut.
Bad haircut, yeah.
It's very
Just
indicative of
things that would people thought looked cool, but they were wrong. But yeah, and he's like, "What do you want me to do? Rob a bank?" And they're like, "That's not a bad idea. Anyway, see you later." And then he goes and robs a bank.
yeah, he robs a bank.
Yeah, that's literally the next scene. Like, well, I mean, we get a little bit of martial arting in there, but
I mean, it's intercut between them in the locker room just getting a fight picked. Like the dudes they're fighting against are like 40.
yeah,
It's really weird, but yeah. And there doesn't seem to be a weight class thing either. Even though they say it at the end, like
we
Ki
want
Kwan is very small.
Yes,
And at this point we're like, is he any good? Because the other guys just are intimidating the shit out of him, and they're all, roided out and
right.
look
We
like
have
they're
we
gonna
have
beat
seen
the hell out of him.
no show of their skills whatsoever. So it's a little weird to have a bully scene this early on.
And we'll just say now, it's intercutting the whole time between this fight, between them fighting in the tournament and the guys robbing the bank. So we'll cover the tournament first.
Mm-hmm.
We learned very quickly that these guys are good.
Yes.
Like, because Ki Kwan ends up fighting the dude who was picking on him and just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Just beats the holy hell out of him. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And his brother does the same thing, just beats the hell out of everybody they face. And so they're on the winner's circle or whatever. I don't think they don't face each other.
Correct.
Because
No.
I feel like he says they're in different weight classes.
Or something.
But
we
that
want our
doesn't make any
divisions.
sense because he fights that one giant dude who outweighs him by at least 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're
Either way.
maybe it's just random. It's just like you were picked and this is who you're fighting. Who
Either
knows?
way, they beat the hell out of everyone. They win.
Yeah. And there was so many trophies at this event. I mean, that just should be noted that like
Oh, God.
I've never seen more trophies in a room that wasn't in a case.
Right.
From history.
Well, in the beginning, Ki Kwan's like, "Oh wow, I really hope I win one of these." And we're like, "Dude, you're in the building. You're getting one."
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The guy who's selling the hot dogs is probably getting
Yeah.
Right. He deserves it.
Yeah.
true hero.
Yeah. Meanwhile, their dad has they've gone to rob a bank, and
It's not just any bank.
On
that
his
they're
way
robbing.
there, he stops to put on his fake mustache and sunglasses, which is his disguise.
Remember this disguise for later, so that you don't get fooled again.
Right.
Yeah. But they're not robbing just any bank. They're robbing like a Federal Reserve Bank, which has just like a shitload of gold in it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we did this a couple years ago. We were like, "Oh man, they're ripping off Die Hard 3." Oh wait, Die Hard 3 hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, very similar. Like they're reserving, a much smaller amount of gold, but still,
Still enough that like the back of your car is going to be dragging pretty hard.
yeah.
Gold's not light.
I will mention they are like also the most misshapen gold bars I've ever seen. Like they
Yeah.
are all different sizes, and there's like a little tiny dinky one. Like they ran out of gold and just made a half bar and put it on top.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, but man, one of their guys is Bolo Young.
Yes.
who, you will know him.
Is it kickboxer or blood sport? Why do I
Oh
always
shit,
use-
it's Bloodsport.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
But yeah, you are next.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think if he has any lines in this movie. I'm not positive he does.
Yeah, he has a couple.
he has a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but
He does make his own whip sound for his hand at one point.
Yeah, he does.
It's
but the way he's one of the gang. There's a few other guys. They're nondescript because they're not Bolo Young, but he is dressed like an old Filipino grandmother,
Yeah.
complete with makeup and everything else.
Mm-hmm. But also like slightly kabuki style too, because like
Yeah.
he's got basically like weird white face paint on too. It's like okay.
Yeah, but
I mean,
This
it did
last-
fool me the first time I saw that. I was like, "What's the deal
well,
with
I
old
didn't
grandma?"
recognize it
And
was
then,
him.
Yeah, double
At
take.
first, I was like, "Is that him?" And then it's like, "Yeah, it's him." Because all of a sudden he's just like, "All right, I'm going to rip the wig off, and then I'm just going to start smashing people through windows."
Yes.
Like,
Still in the flowery dress.
yeah,
As well.
But this is my kind of heist where they're just like, you know what? Let's just smash some shit while we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a few people get chucked through safety glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even safety glass. It is not safe glass at all.
I mean, we hope it's safety glass for the stunt people, but
Yeah.
not in the universe world.
Yeah, not like the bulletproof glass they'd use nowadays.
Right.
You're not going through that. But these people, they get chucked through it. Eventually, he goes in the bathroom, and there's a dude who just like he just smashes him into the the mirror, and then just kind of knocks on the.
Yeah, I don't really understand. It's like this, like the bank manager has a guard in the bathroom. Maybe I mean this guy was large.
it's just
like
a
he's
random
The
dude.
thing is, like they get the half of the code from the one guy because they're like, "We will fucking murder you," and he's like, "Yeah, I saw you chuck all those dudes. It's here." He's like, "The manager has the other code," and the manager's in on it.
Right.
Is what we find out.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Bolo's ready to like give him a swirly in a piss-filled toilet, and we're like, "No, you should have flushed, dude. Why did you flush?"
Oh, you know what? He says something to the effect of like, "This is for your own good."
Oh, to make it look
Yeah,
better.
to make it look like
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But either
he
way,
didn't flush because if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
Right.
it was probably California. He was
Yeah.
conserving water.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
It's the law.
Yeah. But yeah, so they get the other half of the code. But I just love the way he just destroys this one guy and then just kind of like lightly knocks on the stall.
Yeah, just tap tap.
And the dude's like, here's the code. Yeah. But yeah, so they get the code. They go downstairs. They get all the gold. And they don't even show them loading it up or how they get out of there. They're just like, all right, we're at this place.
That's
we're
just
storing the
wasting
gold.
time.
And we're making the keys to get the gold.
Well, they already had the keys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have keys to what is like essentially a giant furnace. I mean, they're in like a foundry, but like they have
Yeah.
one locking furnace thing with like nuclear launch code keys, like a set of
But
dual
large,
keys.
but
yeah.
like comically
Yeah.
oversized.
Yeah,
Like-
like keys
like
to the city kind of
keys that are like
Yeah.
18 inches long, like giant keys.
Yeah, but a double set of them for some strange reason. Like I said, like it's a nuclear
It's
silo.
so you
or
have
something.
to have both of them.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think. I don't know.
But this is where the plastic food, the only reason the plastic food was introduced in the first place and will persist for the rest of the movie is because for some reason, rather than use wax or literally any other thing that could take a mold of a key, they imprint it into they imprint the two keys into this tiny little pizza, this wax pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Then he shreds the keys, slices the pizza up, and gives it one piece to each one of the members so that they can't retrieve the gold without all of them being involved.
Okay, so this in a movie is stupid as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, if you just had a little small fake piece of pizza as a decoration somewhere in your house or in your kid's toy box or something, like I think this is actually legit.
Your kid will lose that piece of pizza.
Okay, yeah, your kid will lose that piece of pizza. But if you have this,
Yes.
if it's innocuous,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you're not going to worry about if something looks weird on the back if you're looking for a key or something. Like, this is
Yeah.
a smart idea.
I
It's
suppose.
dumb in this movie,
And
but
the good, the bad, the ugly thing always works. Where it's like, all right, we've all got this piece of information, and they all have to be together at the same time in order to do it. It's always going to work.
It's the Maltese Falcon.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, it doesn't really matter because it's just a MacGuffin anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. But so yes, they split it up. The bank manager is one of them, and they're like, "You're taking this," and he's like, "No, man, I kind of want to be out," and they're like, "No, you don't. Trust me." And because our main bad guy, the dad, is just like, "No, you're gonna fucking take this." And then the one of the henchmen, the black dude, I don't know
Tank.
what is Tank. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Tank is just like, dude, seriously, just take the pizza. Like,
Tank,
don't
because
fuck around with this.
Not only is he built like a tank, he always wears a tank top.
You're right.
it's true.
Yeah. So, yeah. So Tank's like, dude, trust me, take the pizza. So he takes the piece of plastic pizza and goes home.
Yeah, I realize we haven't like introduced anyone's name, mostly because most of the names in this don't mean anything. Now's as good a time as any because we've learned Ke Huy Quan's like name in the movie.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate anyway, and then it's made far more unfortunate when his backstory is revealed about halfway or 3/4 of the way through the movie.
Yeah.
Correct.
So is his brother's name is Tony.
His brother is Tony.
Adopted brother's Tony. He has Uncle Dave or David, right?
Yep.
Is the guy who becomes their karate teacher.
Yeah, their dad is Michael.
Mike, yeah.
Michael Moore,
Sure.
famous filmmaker.
Right. But yeah,
And-
he's named Charlie. I'll just let that sit and that stew,
Yeah.
and then
just
we'll get
remember
to
his name is
yeah.
Charlie.
and
We're
you
going to
can-
save the backstory for later.
I mean, you
Yeah.
could probably
Yeah, let's
see
save the
where this
backstory
is
for later.
going if you know history, bad history. Well, I mean, history's history.
all history.
All history is bad.
Anyway,
But yeah,
enough of that woke bullshit.
yeah. Going back to sleep. now.
History.
Oh, you got him back on our side.
I mean,
I love it. All the iTunes reviews are going to be,
I
I
mean-
love those guys.
I mean,
They're
at least it ain't her story. Am I right?
I don't
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. I don't believe in fairy tales and shit.
It's good to be back.
Anyway, we're woke sons of Hillary. Fuck off.
Yeah.
According to
Go to
our,
Blue Sky, you
Yeah.
losers.
according to the internet, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they robbed a bank.
Yeah.
Oi.
They took some pizzas. Bank manager dude goes home, and he's shaken up by this.
Yeah.
And
I thought he was going in to type the goodbye letter. I mean,
thought- yeah,
that's
I thought
what
he
the
was gonna-
scene seemed like.
Yeah, because he gets home and he's like,
it's his birthday.
yeah, they're like, surprise. And he's like, don't got time for that.
Doesn't even say anything. Just turns and leaves and shuts. Like goes to his office and locks the door. And his
Right.
wife's like banging on the door.
Well, I also want to say that his wife and daughter immediately turn on turbo overreaction
Well,
because they're
yeah.
like crying and wailing, and he's like, "Look, you could tell when he walked in the door that he'd had a bad day,
Well,
even
he-
if it's your
No,
birthday."
he'd been beaten up. Like he was
Yeah.
all bruised
Yeah.
and stuff. But I
Yeah.
mean, so that's what they were reacting to.
But let's
Plausible
not like,
deniability.
please let's not be hollering at me if I walk in and I got my ass kicked.
it's true. Yeah.
To all my future wives out there, when I come home after having my ass kicked,
It's my favorite country song.
oh, that's a good.
yeah.
Yeah, please don't holler at me and bang on the door when I just want a moment alone with my
Please
typewriter.
don't holler at me. Bang on the door.
You clearly live alone. Because if I'm in the bathroom for more than 3 minutes, it's like, hey, I need something.
I just
Hey.
got the shit kicked out of me.
There's a reason I live alone.
Yeah. But yes, that she keeps hassling him, and he's like, no, I got to type this thing. Stay out of it.
And it's really just an envelope. He's having a hard time typing the address on an envelope. Is
Right.
really all it is. Cause
That's a
he-
nice touch, actually.
Yeah, he
'cause
does
he's
fuck it
like-
up once, and then he's like retypes the envelope and then sticks the pizza in the envelope, and then takes it
place it in the
outside.
envelope.
Well, first he
He
takes
gives
it
it
outside.
to the daughter and
Well,
tells her to mail it.
Not before there's a little bit of a little pepper in some domestic violence, but yeah, because
Yes.
his wife's like, "What happened to you? You're finally out of the bedroom. We need to call the police." He's like, "No police." She's like, "I really think we should call the police." He's like, "No police." Slap. Anyway, daughter, can you forgive me?
They don't even show it to us.
No, they don't show it.
We're
It's just-
watching the
yeah.
daughter the whole time.
We just hear a slap from off screen, and then he's like, "Daughter, please forgive me.
Immediately forgives him.
I need you to take this to the mailbox when we get back. When you get back, we'll celebrate my birthday. By the way, take the dog because
He didn't say take the dog. We were saying take the
She
dog.
does take the dog because they're not going to be there when she gets back.
Yeah.
We've seen movies. And
Yeah.
she leaves to go to the mailbox. Doesn't even make it outside because she stops to pet their ducks or swans or they have
Yeah,
a
there's
menagerie. They have rabbits and
Yeah, they're like ducks and little tuxedo
yeah,
things or
they have
something.
frogs and dogs and chickens and
Tuxedos,
stuff.
that's right.
Yeah, they're in
it's
tuxedos.
Weird. I don't know what's going on there.
It's weird. But while she's out there, her father gets while she's out there, the
Toughs,
gang,
yeah.
the toughs come in, Michael Moore and Tank and the rest of the guys, Bolo Young. Thunder. He's credited as Thunder here.
Thunder.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, they get the music video entrance.
They do.
You
'cause
kick
it's-
the doors in, they got the smoke and the lights behind them.
Yeah. And then they just proceed to beat the absolute dog shit out of
The wife
the
first.
bank manager and the wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're strangling the wife.
Yeah. While
Well,
he's trying, he's really getting the shit kicked out of him by trying to stop them from murdering his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, he eventually gets
Defenestrated.
defenestrated out of the second-story window, or maybe not. Maybe
Second-
it's just
It's second story.
yeah, at least a picture window, but enough
Because
that
the daughter sees him.
right. And it's
and-
like, I should go and
Yeah.
take the dog with me.
But one of the guys who's searching, like trying to find the pizza, finds the envelope with the address typed on it.
Mm-hmm. Which is where she goes immediately, because I guess she memorized it. Or
No,
something?
she
No,
still
had
had
the
it.
she had the envelope.
She still had the envelope
he
with the
found
pizza.
the he found the
found the
envelope,
original one.
the original one that he fucked up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Um,
why
I guess he
did
didn't
too.
fuck it up that much because
No, he just crumpled it up and threw it in.
Still readable.
Well,
Maybe he was
instead
having
of
second
Avenue-
thoughts. Maybe he was like, I should involve Dave or whatever.
Why do I remember this detail? Instead of Avenue, he wrote he was trying to abbreviate Avenue, AVE period, and he wrote AVEW period.
Oh.
And he was like, "Oh, man,
they'll
you'll
never
never get
deliver
there
that."
like that." Yeah.
Yeah. Where's enough view? I don't know.
Yeah, but the daughter
Instead
eventually,
he
like,
gets a view
so
to
she
a kill.
sees her parents murdered. She sees who killed them, and just runs.
Runs to Uncle Dave's
runs
house.
to Uncle Dave's
Yeah, I
house,
mean, it's
yeah.
the only address she has.
Where Uncle Dave lives, basically in the back of a mechanic's shop, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about Uncle Dave. Like, all
Yeah.
right. I mean, we've been kind of wondering this entire movie, who is our hero? Because it probably can't be the kids.
Yeah, because we're like, I don't know if it's the kids because their dad's evil.
Right. And also, they're pretty young, and they seem like they're kind of good at karate, but maybe not like action movie karate. Maybe this
Yeah.
could be like a time passes, and they get better at karate for revenging. I don't know. But this guy shows up, and it's like, all right, maybe it's this guy. But this guy, to be kind, he's like Jeremy Piven's drunk uncle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's got that vibe of like, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I could be kinder and say maybe like John Grease, like Uncle Rico in his day. But I'm
Kinda,
saying
yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah. But
Maybe this guy will clean up, and then he'll be our hero.
Nope.
I mean,
Nope.
spoilers.
Nope. Well, I do like that he rope-a-dopes him because, of course, some of the girl gets there. He's like, okay, well, how can I help you? He doesn't know. He doesn't really know what the pizza is, and he doesn't know who the dad is.
yeah, he opens up this like, the fuck, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he
And-
doesn't know who the dad is because they were nom buddies. Yeah. He
Oh,
knew,
the dad
yeah.
was too. Okay.
Yeah. They were all in nom together.
Yes.
The bank manager was in Nom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the third guy in the picture.
Okay.
He was the old one in the picture.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
considerably
So-
older than the
So
other.
this
That's
is
right,
this
he
is
was.
where we learn that basically the three of them were in the shit together in Vietnam, and one of them has a son.
Yeah, well, Uncle
From
Mike, or
Vietnam.
Mike is the hothead who is now the criminal.
Yeah.
And he's there's a villager, shoot first, ask questions later,
Yep.
shoots a random young lady. They are like, dude, Mike, WTF. You're Oscar Mike. Yeah, they run in and she's dead and has like now crumpled over a basket with a baby in it. Who is... Well, yeah, you guessed it. It's
Charlie.
It's
Charlie.
Charles. It's Charles.
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 Yes.
Charles. Whatever the last name is. How Moore.
Moore.
Yeah. Charles Moore.
Yeah.
Chuck Moore.
Yeah. So not only did
Chuck
they
more people out of windows.
that's our motto.
Yeah.
Yep.
So not only did they murder an innocent woman, they also stole her baby
Right.
Well, he was gonna leave,
and then gave it a
Mike,
racist
the
name.
shithead, was just gonna leave the baby there, and they were like, "No, you can't do that.
yeah.
Like,
So
this
I
kid will
guess-
die if we leave him
So
here."
I guess he begrudgingly adopted him and gave him a very unfortunate name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, of all of the three of them, the
Like-
one to adopt the kid was probably not the guy who murdered its mom.
Well,
Just
yeah,
throwing it out there. But
I mean, there's a reason why military intelligence is on the list of oxymorons.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the backstory of how they know each other. That's
Mhm.
how he knows Pete. He's like, and she's like, "Oh, he's dead," and so he's like, "Oh shit, man. Well, I'll help you. I'll help you, little Annie." And of course, the bad guys show up and are like, "Hey, we're cops. Her parents got killed. We need to take her into custody for protection." And he's like, "Are you sure about that? Because I don't know." And they are like, "Okay." He's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna give her over to you guys." And so then all of a sudden they're just like, "All right, then we're gonna beat the shit out of you." And that's how we know that. Oh no, it's the guys from the before.
Right. And then I like you said, I don't understand. Like
They beat the crap out of him at first.
Dave goes into, like you said, a rope-a-dope for some reason, where it's just like, I can't let anyone know I can fight.
Until they get a hold of the girl. And then all of a sudden, as soon as they get a hold of the girl, then he is suddenly beating the holy hell out of everybody.
Maybe he just thought, I'll take a few punches and they'll leave, and then, I've whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I can take it. I've gone through this crazy, painful kung fu training. I can take a couple of hits.
Yeah. But no, he beats the hell out of them. And I'll give this movie a lot of credit. There's a lot of long takes in here.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the, this is the point where I was like, okay, this is credited to multiple directors. And I'm pretty sure one guy was just like, I'm doing all the fight scenes. Don't worry about it. And the other guy was like, all right, I'm doing all the other stuff.
Sure.
Don't worry about it.
But even then, sometimes I would argue
it.
that maybe the fight scenes were split amongst people because tonally, I mean, like, this is a fairly brutal, not like Tony Jaa level brutal fight scene, but much different than like a couple fight scenes later, which has a very Three Ninjas, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 vibe.
Yeah,
where it's
there's
like,
a lot of that.
Oh, we can't use real weapons, so we got to have boinks and zonks and throw them into punching bags and stuff that are soft because kids know that.
Yeah.
Or relatively soft, except this one of them was stuffed with a gong because when the guy hit it, it got a gong sound. So.
Yeah, there is a lot of. I mean, it's basically bloodless stuff.
Yeah. But like some hard like contact hits, you can see stuntmen like taking full hits and
like
stuff. Yeah.
guys getting kicked in the chest hard.
Yeah.
A lot of that awesome when you jump in the air and then you kick the guy in the chest with both feet type stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those.
Yeah,
in this movie. It's great every
always
time.
delivers.
Yeah,
always.
But like I said, it's strange because then like a scene or two later, it's like the kids are fighting. But it's not even like, the kids have to have a toned down fight because they have some brutal fights later.
Yeah.
It's just every once in a while they're just like, this is one of the zany fights.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, who's this movie for?
Yeah. It's a little odd.
Yeah. But it's very much in that wave of, hey, Ninja Turtles did well, so we need a couple teenagers kicking things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and like you said, there's a lot of stuff with the two of them around the house, and then there's like some housekeeper dude who we have no idea who he is, what he does, what he knows.
He's played as a mildly effeminate foil, basically. He's like possibly gay, but like it, doesn't even matter. It's not even part of his character. It doesn't mean anything. It's just every once in a while he's just like got a little Harvey Firestein, like when he's running around like, come on boys, come on,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But whatever. He's just a guy. But it's weird because like while the dad is like criming and planning like this whole key heist and where's the last piece of the pizza and we can't get this, they're just farting around the house with now. I mean, we should probably mention like the girl eventually. I mean, Dave comes over and brings the girl. They reunite all in the same house after he gets attacked. They're like,
because he's like, we need to go somewhere to lay low.
Yeah, this will be another safe place. It's another non-buddy. He's got money, plenty of space for you to stay. Taking her right to the the Prime Lord basically. But then they just fart around this house for quite a while, like long enough for both the guys to be like, "Oh, I saw her first. I love her, and I love her more. And look at me, I'm more cool. And my room's cleaner, and mine's dirtier. I'm cooler. And let's play in the pool." And and then eventually they're just like, "Yeah, she's at her house. She probably knows where the pizza is. Send the henchman." And just one day they just show up. It's just out of nowhere.
It's like you also don't really understand what the passage of time is.
No.
Through this whole section because they make it seem like this all happened in an afternoon.
Kind of, yeah. Because like Uncle Dave's still there, unless he just also decided to stay, I suppose.
Yeah, and then she has a dream like where it's basically Uncle Mike is coming in to strangle her, but then she wakes up and he's not there, and it's like, was that the first night there? Was this multiple night? It's
who knows?
Just one of those things where you no idea of passage of time because these people aren't good at making a movie.
Right. But yeah, just eventually henchmen show up and
try to kidnap
her. The boys try to help, but they haven't really been like actual combat trained. They just know how to do tournament moves and stuff. And so Uncle Dave comes out and fights them off.
Their asses.
Saves them. And I guess it's never really even explained, but they now run off to another hiding spot. It's never explained where they go. They go find some dilapidated barn or something and live there.
Well,
now.
I mean, the fight sequence is really chaotic. This one especially because it's like they'll kind of fight a guy and then all of a sudden they're just standing watching Uncle Dave fight somebody.
Is this where he gets his leg fucked up? Is it in this?
No,
is
it's
it
when
later?
he
Okay.
goes to the club later.
All
but
right, yeah.
but he like Uncle Dave's fighting Bolo, and basically to a draw.
Mhm.
You know, they're both kicking the shit out of each other, but nobody's winning. But it's just weird because like they'll be trying to kidnap the girl, the dudes will kick the guy off of the girl, and then they'll just stand there and be like, "Huh, those are some good moves from Uncle Dave." And then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh yeah, that's right, they're kidnapping the girl again."
Right.
It's like just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, almost every scene
Chaos.
where she is involved, like when she's not in peril, they gave her zero direction, and she's not a natural enough actor to know what to do.
Yeah.
So she's just generally staying in the background, going, angry hands,
Yeah.
just like in almost every scene.
Instead of just run.
right, yeah,
Just run. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go to a secret hiding place, I guess, because Uncle Dave is not comfortable in posh settings. He needs to be in the shittiest, most dilapidated places you can be.
yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh my God, Uncle Dave, you know some awesome moves. You need to train us." And he's doing the whole, no, absolutely not. Never going to train you. Won't do it.
Well, they don't help their cause because like the very first thing he's like, "Oh, you want to train? Here, do this thing where we put two bricks next to each other, but one's like up on its side, and so you have to kneel with the pointy
on
bit
your
of the
shin?
the pointy brick like between your knee and your shin. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, and they cheat like right away. I mean, like they
Yeah.
pull out their shoes and pretend like they're leaning on it, and he's just like, "All right, fuck you guys, get out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta go do something." I think
Mm-hmm.
it's he's like decides he's gonna go. I don't even know. He just wants a fucking drink. I don't even know if he was actually going to investigate anything or if he was just like, "Get me away from these kids."
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
we're never told. He just goes to a club,
Yeah.
which happens to be the club where the bad guys hang out.
Yeah, because the kids tied a paint bucket to a truck, and they know that that's where it is. Because they let them go. The guys got away, and they dripped paint all the way to this club.
Okay,
Was he actually going to investigate it?
maybe, I don't know.
We don't know.
I think Uncle Dave was going to investigate it. I vaguely recall that.
We'll go with that. I mean, we'll make
Sure.
him a better person than maybe he is.
Slightly better person.
Yeah, because they trick a friend into painting a wall for
Yeah.
them, like because he does these funky dances, and then I guess he's dancing at the club while they're trying to investigate somebody else. And they basically just get in a fight with all the dudes again.
Yeah, they Tom Sawyer him while he paints as Mr. Robot.
Yeah, yeah. But this guy's dancing out in the club, and all of Mike's gang is there, and they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to get that other piece of pizza, because I guess they still haven't found it yet.
Correct. Not at this point.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is at this point. Not that it matters, because really from this point like forward, I don't think the girl's even in the movie anymore. Like she might show up for a scene or two, but
Mostly
she's gone.
Yeah, mostly to be in the background, like I said, panicking when they
Yeah.
slightly rescue her.
Her dog is gone because we thought I thought Bolo was going to murder that dog because they sure set it up for it because that's how everyone's initially revealed is she chases after her dog and then pan up as it hits someone's foot and then you're like, oh no, there they are, and I thought he was going to kill the dog, but
No, I think we see the dog one last time just to let us know it was okay.
I
Maybe.
guess. Yeah. But they're out of the movie. I don't even know why. At this point, it's one of those where it's just like, I don't know. They're here. They got to fight.
Yeah, I mean, the kids follow him to the club and are like, "Oh, we should see what he's up to." And they sneak into the club by getting their friend that they Tom Sawyered earlier because I guess he's.
I think they went separately.
They went
but it
separately.
doesn't
They
really
did-
matter.
oh, they went separately.
But
yeah.
it's not clear.
But I don't
why.
think they followed him. I think they went of their own volition.
Just to look for
Just to-
a
yeah.
reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get their older friend to like distract
Sneak
the
him in.
lady,
Yep.
and they
The
put him
dancer
in.
guy.
They bribe the or whatever, ask the DJ to play a song so he can distract everybody by dancing, which I don't really understand because then all they do is immediately run out with beer bottles and start fizzing them up everywhere, like shaking them up and spraying everywhere. So
Yeah.
which just immediately gets all of the muscle out to be like, hey, what are you kids doing here?
Yep.
And then I don't think we really mentioned that some of every once in a while, their skill is just parkouring around the bad guys.
Yeah.
They do this occasionally where it's just, haha, keep away. Like an Errol Flynn movie or something. Yeah. It's just weird. I mean, occasionally, but they do this in the bar for a little while. They're just like,
It's like
can't
they're trying
catch
to
me.
just do Jackie Chan things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't catch me, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
whatever.
and they eventually start getting their ass kicked because Bolo's there and some of the other guys are there.
Tank. And
Tank. Yeah.
and the other guy.
the other guy.
We've
Well,
mentioned
there's
that
yeah,
there's
and
also a lady.
eventually
There's also a
Uncle-
lady on the bad guy team too.
Yeah, but she
Thunder
never
and
fights
Tank
anybody.
and Alan and
Alan. Oh, that's right. 'cause,
Jenny.
Yeah, I was doing Alan. Alan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, they
Mm-hmm.
so they are getting their asses kicked, and Uncle Mike is just there, or sorry, Uncle Dave is just there.
They need wedding dates, both of them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, God, you're right.
Oh, God, sorry for
But
that.
yeah,
Brought
but
up that
he jumps
obscure
in
movie.
and saves them, and this is when Uncle Mike realizes that he's here. And they're like, "Oh shit!"
Mm-hmm.
I keep calling him Uncle Mike, but he's like Dad Mike.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his name's not
Father
Dave.
Mike.
I think they say David every time, but Dave's easier.
Yeah, but either way, so he realizes that if he jumps out, he'll get noticed who he is. So he sets the light in the room to strobe,
Mm-hmm.
and then starts fighting Dave.
Well, dons his fake mustache, and then
Dons his fake mustache, yeah, and then fights Dave. And I gotta say, like, this is the part where I talk about, like, these people know how to make a movie, because like getting the flashing speed right to the shutter speed of a camera,
It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy.
it is not an easy thing, and they actually make it work.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Because
not,
this isn't like you just dropped every other frame.
Yeah.
This is like actual strobe light.
yeah, it's
fighting stuff.
not difficult. You just have to have a better strobe light that you can buy at like Spencer's Gifts. I mean, you have to have one that you can have timing on, and that's all.
Right.
Yeah, but like
Yes.
normal people making like just
understand.
getting out there in the days
Yeah,
of
yeah.
film would be like, huh, why didn't it look right?
Yeah.
You know, whereas these people knew that sort of shit. But anyway, yeah, it's a strobe light fight, and it's actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, they do it both to like mask that the guy is in fact Mike to Dave,
Yeah.
but also so that they can sneak a stuntman in there to do some of the moves
Yeah.
because it's also not him at some points. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And eventually, he breaks Dave's knee, and then the kids run out and they're like, "Uncle Dave!" And that's when he goes, "Oh shit, it's my
Oh.
kids, isn't it?" so
Gotta
he,
go.
Yeah, he zoots out of there, and that's over with. And then a cut to them at the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Yeah, this is going to take like 6 months to a year to heal."
yeah. You know your meniscus? We can't find it.
It's missing
Yeah.
meniscus. It's like they're saying something about like how his dancing career is over.
Yeah,
like,
he's
no
never
jumping,
he's never going
no-
to dance again.
Yeah.
His dancing feet have got no rhythm.
Correct.
They're guilty feet. Sorry,
Guilty feet.
sorry, I fucked it up.
You did.
I was careless, wasn't it?
You son of a bitch.
Anyway,
Anyway,
uh,
yeah. So now Dave will not be fighting for the rest of the movie.
no.
Not much.
No, he will be crutching around, and he apparently does not know how to use crutches.
No, this guy has never seen a crutch in his life before. The actor himself.
I mean, other than the alcohol in his life, but yeah, he's never seen a single crutch like this.
This is like anyone who's ever watched the show Impractical Jokers. Every once in a while, they'll just like their direction to one of the guys will be like, "All right, I want you to drink a glass of water, but you've never seen a glass before, and you don't know what water is." And so they'll just do like the dumbest shit. That's what he is with crutches. They're like, "All right, this thing, walk with it, but you have no idea how it works."
Yeah, he's
And
constantly putting it on the side with his good leg, which right there is just like, how's that working?
have you ever seen a baby giraffe? You know, just born baby giraffe video on the internet on like icanhascheeseburger.com or whatever.
Or the Animal Planet, or
Sure,
yeah,
sure. I'm just trying to relate to
sure
our-
to the kids,
to the kids,
right? I understand.
Oh, like Ebaum's World.
perhaps on eBaum's
Yeah.
world.
You ever dial into CompuServe?
Yeah. Go to AOL keyword
Yeah.
cute animal videos.
No,
Anyway,
it's forward forward cute animal video.
yeah.
alt.cuteanimal.video.
Now we're getting too old.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we are.
But yeah, you ever seen a baby giraffe
Yeah.
trying to walk around?
I
That's what
have.
this dude looks like
Oh,
on his crutches.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
We went
And
a
he's
long
so
way to
angry about it. And they come in, they're like, "We'll help you, we'll help you." He's like, "You guys get out of here.
Yeah.
My meniscus is gone." Why me?
Yeah.
And then
I'm happy to
eventually-
bring meniscus into the BMFcast lexicon.
Yeah, we're there. We're there.
Yeah, so they're like, "No, we want to learn Dave Meniscus." And he's like, "No." He's like, "I will not teach you." And they're like, "No, we'll do the brick thing." And then they set up the brick thing, and get on it with their shins, no shoes, the way you're supposed to.
And he leaves.
And he leaves.
He's like, bye.
And he's like, yeah, you stay there if you want. And then eventually comes back and it's morning. And he looks in the window. He's like, oh, they're still there.
Respect.
Yeah. And now he's like, all right, get some rest. We got a big day ahead. And I'm like, bitch, it's dawn. Like, what time? How long do you want him to rest for?
Right.
It's light out already.
It's like, what, like 10 minutes? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway. He's like, okay, but it's training time. So we get some training montage.
Yeah, let's see. We tape phone books to a palm tree so you can punch those.
Yep.
They have lots of punching bags in unusual positions so that you can practice punching, like, scorpion kick over your head and things like that. Well, not scorpion kick because that's backwards, but whatever the other one is, scissor kick.
Yeah, there's a lot of stretching exercises, where they're doing like the split things, the standing split, and he's like pushing the leg back to get the full shred, the full bone tomahawk with him.
The full handles.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but all right.
Me either, but it sounded good. I was going with it.
Oh, anyone who's seen Bone Tomahawk will know exactly what I mean.
Oh, okay, so it actually is a reference. I just haven't watched it yet. Okay,
Oh, okay.
all right, good.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
Okay, cool. I mean, I was like, that Western with Kurt Russell?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so, and then there's also, they learn a bowling ball trick, like where they do this thing where they're like holding the bowling ball, but then like swooping it around, like their arm around it, and like.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know what
It's a
you call
head
it.
manipulation sort of thing with your hand.
Yeah, it's basically like a deflection, but also like with a twist. So like not only are you like using their motion against them, but then you like flip their head around. So
you get them dizzy, and then you break their neck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And sleep.
Yep.
Permanent sleep.
Yeah, but they learn that, so they've learned more moves than they knew before.
Yes.
Right.
At least 2 more.
It's like 4.
Oh, at
Yeah,
least
it's
4.
like
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what the hell else has happened? Because as far as the bad guys go, they're just kind of like sitting on the gold at this point.
Yeah, they cut to them every once in a while where like they get together and they're like, man, sure wish we had that last piece of pizza so we could go get the gold. And they're like, well, we're working on it, sort of. Yeah. I mean...
Well, Mike is in no hurry because he's like, we need to let the heat cool down.
Yeah. Right.
Well, it's because Mike has already probably stashed the gold somewhere else, as we come to find out later.
Yeah. And he's rich, so...
That too.
He doesn't have bills. He doesn't care.
I mean, Mike's such an asshole that, like, so his partner, I mean, I could say henchwoman, but I think they're partners. They equal pieces of the pizza. Yeah, she's basically like, creditors and stuff are calling. Like, I think my power's going to get shut off. And he's like, man, that's unfortunate. And it's like, bitch, you're rich. Like, like, give this poor lady a little bit of money. Like, you can afford it, right? I don't know. Yeah. But whatever. Mike's an asshole.
He is. Yeah. So the guys, there's a lot of montages of them learning new karate moves, and eventually they go to look for Alan. I'm not sure where they get the information.
I remember what happens. They have a little conversation. They're like, "Oh, we've learned some moves. Let's just go start getting these guys one by one."
Yeah. Okay.
And so they go after Tank first.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, they go to his house.
They go to Tank's house, and
Tank's got a blind mother, which is only important. I don't know if it's important at all. But
it's not. It's not. But he.
It's to garner sympathy for Tank.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. They throw a ball through Tank's window, and he's like, "God damn, why are you throwing balls through my windows?" And then they fight, and then Tank's mother is like, "What the fuck are y'all doing down there?"
Well, they don't just fight. First, they start off by home aloneing him. They have set up a board with nails outside of his first step, so that he comes out. He's like, "I'm going to get you, sons of and then like tumbles down the. Or no, I think they kick him. Yeah, kick him down the stairs. Almost works like Kihi is like going to slide down the banister, but he like kicks out the banister.
He kicks out the last one. It's a good move.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And then finally,
eventually they flip him somehow. I don't even understand.
I think Mom just calls him in. Is like, stop all that
is like,
bullshit.
Hey, stop fighting.
Yeah, and Tank loves his mama.
Stop all the downloading. Yeah.
Right. And so they
go
inside.
Download a gold bar.
I would.
Probably would, yeah.
Absolutely.
.au.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, she's like, y'all boys stop hitting each other, get along, and so they do, and they flip him, and he's like, okay, well, I'll help you, because that seems like the right thing to do. Also, my mama will kill me. And he has a little crying session. It's like, Mama, I robbed a bank. I robbed a bank.
Robbed a bank.
Oi, mama, I robbed a bank.
Mom just killed a man.
And they're like, okay, well, just keep playing it cool and let us know what they're doing, or if they move the gold or whatever. And then they go look for Alan.
Yeah.
They go look for Alan at the Little Person's Bar.
Yeah. And the little people talk shit at them.
Again, I don't know if it. I mean, to be clear, I don't know if it's a bar meant to be frequented by little people.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know if
just
there's an
run
apostrophe or not.
or run by little. I mean, we know it's run by little
'Cause
people.
the two bartenders who are cleaning the bar are little people, and then they're what looks like a manager
yeah.
who's in a suit with a cane.
Mm-hmm.
Little
He's
person.
telling them what to do, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, hey, where's Alan? They're like, hey, why don't you get the fuck out of here?
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, actually, don't get the fuck out of here. We're going to beat you up.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan's like, no, don't let him leave. And they're like, all right, well, you guys are about to have a big problem. And, of course, Ki Hye Kwan's like, maybe we'll have a little problem, am I right? And then they proceed to get their asses handed to them by little people.
Yeah.
For a little while.
For a little while, yeah.
But then they realize, hey, we're bigger and faster
Right.
and can beat the hell out of you.
And so
they did. Yeah, and
Yeah.
When they slide one guy down the bar.
Oh, and that guy was not happy.
No.
He might have been grumpy, but
Okay. And I will say this. One thing that
fucking suckered me in on that one. Jesus.
every once in a while they pay off, and it sucks, doesn't it?
It does.
God damn it.
he might need to see a doc.
Button hooked me.
Yeah, but they slide him down the bar, and this reminds me of something we did not mention earlier, is when they kill the girl's dad, somebody runs his head along the piano and does a
yeah.
ring.
Yes, the scale of violence was unforeseen.
Like, that's the level of, like, weird. I mean, like,
Yeah.
this horrible scene of the mom getting strangled, the
Yeah.
daughter screaming, running out of the house, and they're like, ring
Yep.
along the piano
Great balls of fire.
before chucking that guy out a window.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But yes, and this is also a movie where our heroes beat up a team of little people.
Yeah. Like a lucha libre thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they started the fight.
And they did.
Not our quote-unquote heroes, but the
Yeah.
others.
Either way,
They were showing up patience.
Alan's like, hey, where you guys going? Because he finally has shown himself. And then they end up running up, like they leave out the back of the building, and then they run up some stairs, and suddenly they're like in the middle of the desert. Like
Yeah,
out of
it's-
nowhere, we're just like,
right.
what are you guys? Why are you here?
Yeah,
And-
like tumbleweeds and shit are going across the screen. I mean, they're on a cliffside. I mean, it's California. Like there is a beach there, but it's just like I don't think by running 50 feet you could get where you are from where you were.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a decent enough fight, and I guess the plan is to give him the piece of pizza.
Yeah.
So that because they have Tank now, so that this will trigger everyone to.
Your Tank's going to let them know
Go
where they're
unlock.
going to actually get the gold, but they need to have them get the gold to catch them red-handed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
or gold-handed.
Yeah. But so he sees the piece of pizza, and they kick it off the cliff. He like scrambles his way down the mountainside to go get it, and they let him run off with the last piece of pizza.
Yeah.
So he's brought it back. The gang's back together. They're like, hey, pizza time.
Yeah, they've assembled the pizza. Yeah.
Let's make some pizza quizzas.
Kitza. Yeah.
And so they make their comically large keys.
Both of them.
Yep. And they're like, hey, we probably should not split up at this point
I guess
because nobody trusts anybody else.
I guess it was too late to go to the abandoned foundry that night.
Oh, that was the thing. He's like, oh, it's going to take some time to make the keys.
Sure.
And
yeah.
I think Tank was the one that suggested, like, oh, why don't we all stay here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like overnight. But Mike has other plans.
Yeah. Tank calls them to let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
Alan overhears him saying something. Mike, meanwhile, has also had a plan in which he calls the police
Yeah.
to come. He's like, hey, they're going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, the people who robbed the bank are going to go collect the gold tomorrow at this location. Be there, be square.
Yep. So next day, they go back to the foundry. And this starts What's going on? The fridge.
I think
Yeah,
that was,
it's
I think that was just water going in. The
Yeah,
ice maker.
it was the ice maker.
It's louder than normal.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like a swarm of wasps coming through or something.
I
That'd
hate
be,
when that happens.
Be unfortunate. Yeah, there goes a neighborhood.
AKA a podcast of wasps.
Yeah, I think that's just called a podcast. I mean,
So it's foundry time. They're going to the foundry, and that team goes and they're like, "All right, we're going to do this." The kids haven't shown up yet, but we know that they will. And so they break out the comically large keys. They're going to open it, and that's when you hear the helicopters.
yeah, like he literally gets the keys in the door, and it's like,
And
uh-oh,
stops
yeah.
before opening it. And they're like, "Oh no, what are we going to do?" And then that's when he's like, somebody's like, "Somebody ratted us out. We're going to have to." And that's you see Mike kind of reaching into his jacket to pull a gun, and then Alan goes, I know who it was. It was Tank." And then that's when you see him slowly slide the gun back in and give a little smile. And yeah, Tank's like, "Hey man, I wouldn't do that. I need the money. Don't kill me." And they're like, "Ah, fuck it." And they kill him. And everyone's like, "Dude, why'd you kill Tank?" It's like, didn't you just basically prompt him to do that? It's weird.
Yeah, it's very New Testament-y. Why'd you do that? You wanted us to.
Yeah. But then he's like, "Why don't you guys take care of the gold? I'll fend off the cops." So Mike and his girlfriend are like, "All right," and they go. Thunder and Alan go back and then open up the door, and of course, there's no gold there. They're like, "He set us up." So of course, Mike and the girlfriend are gone, and they're just scrambling to get away, and we think the place is going to be crawling with cops.
But it's not. It's just like 3 police helicopters hanging out.
Yeah.
I guess they sent in like the scout copters, and then they're
Maybe,
like, "Well,
yeah.
we didn't see anything."
I
So
mean, there's enough time for
in, like,
the
20
two
minutes,
kids.
and then
Yeah,
the
the
ground
two
units.
kids to face off with Alan again out in the dirt lot because everybody's chucking dirt in everyone else's faces.
yeah, everyone's just like, "All right, well, let's get out of here." I mean, they basically all go back to the locked up foundry vault or whatever thing they had, open it up, and realize Mike's double cross them. Yeah, and but like as soon as they're like, "God damn it, Mike," they're just like, that's like when the cops on ground are coming in, but they're still like able to just run away.
The cops
like,
just don't show up
No.
for a long time.
yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, there's a whole sequence of them fighting Alan,
Yeah.
and then eventually he gets it seems like they beat him up, and it's just like before, where like suddenly they're in the middle of a fight, and then suddenly they're watching Uncle Dave fight. It's like that. They're like in the middle of a fight, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, there's Thunder," and then so they're fighting him, and
I think they kicked Alan through like a window or something, so he was knocked out temporarily. But yeah, they're
Okay.
like, "Oh, there's Bolo Young. Let's
Yeah.
go get him."
yeah, so there's a long sequence of them fighting him, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, they stupidly follow him up to like a very tall catwalk, which is just a bad idea. Like a bad place to do kung fu is high up and on a narrow surface. But
Yeah,
'Cause,
when
yeah, the
when
one
you're
guy-
doing a lot of jumping.
well, one the guy pretty much immediately gets kicked as he's coming up the the round, like
yeah.
the covered ladder thing to go
Yeah.
up to things like that. But yeah, he gets like bounced around the top part and then just like hits the ground hard.
Yeah,
The brother Tony or whatever.
yeah, he gets pretty wrecked. Yeah, and then
But yeah, then eventually like Kiwi and like Bolo both like go over the edge too and like land in stunt boxes. But I mean, because
Yeah.
like they both have gone from the top. They've all gone from the top of the catwalk like down to the ground in
Yeah.
unpleasant ways.
yeah, but eventually Bolo gets chucked over the edge, and he's hanging on the rail, and that's when the American brother is just like, I'll keep an eye on him because he sees the cops down below,
Yeah.
and that's when he's like, you need to. I don't know why he's just like, you need to. You take care of him. Go find someone else or something.
It's just so they could stupidly be separated so that when Evil Dad is explaining everything, he doesn't get the monologue.
Yeah, I guess.
So he can show up
Yeah.
and be like, "What up?
Yeah.
Dad?"
At some point, Alan just gets straight up arrested
Yeah.
because he's like, ah, shit. And he like runs out a door, and the cops are immediately like, all right, get on the ground.
Yeah.
And they've got him. So he's taken care of. But Key like comes out, and he hears Mike yelling at Dave. And Dave's like, come on, man, you can turn this around. You don't need to do this, and that stuff. And he's like, I'm the mastermind. Of course I'm going to do this. And eventually Key comes out and sees that. Because earlier, Key had asked Dave to tell him about his mother. And he basically gives a story that's completely different from what his father gave, where he's like, oh, no, she was a lady who she helped us with cleaning and stuff at the camp. And when we were leaving, she said to take you with us. And he's like, that's not what my dad said at all. She didn't give me away. What are you talking about? And then,
Yeah.
And that's when he comes down, and of course Mike's being all evil and beating the shit out of Dave, and he's like, "Hey man, don't do that." And then so Mike turns on Kiwi Kwan and starts beating the shit out of him,
Right.
And he's just kind of like confused. He's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. Why are you hitting me, Dad?
Yeah, and he's like,
and eventually he's like, I killed your mother. Why wouldn't I hit you? And it's like, what? I mean, I think he says something like
"No,
that.
I think."
Or does Dave say that?
Dave says it to him.
But yeah.
Yeah. Where he's like, because he's
yeah.
like beating the shit out of him. He's like, you killed his mom. Why are you doing this to
Yeah,
him?
now you're hitting him when he's not putting up a fight or something like that. Yeah, and he's just like, what? I did not know. I didn't have a mother. Yeah.
But Mike has gone full heel turn completely. Because, like, honestly, whenever he's interacted with the two of them earlier in the movie, he's like, for a late 80s, early 90s dad who works too much, he actually has a pretty good relationship with them. I mean, it's not like he's not like...
He's not annoyed by them like most dads would be or something.
He
pays
like
attention to them.
Yeah, he pays attention to them. He asks them about, like, you know, how the things are going, all that sort of stuff. So it's not like up until this point, obviously when he's been around bad guys, he's a bad guy. But like when he's around his kids, he's been like a not terrible dad. Let's just put it that way.
He's never been villain coded as a dad.
Yeah, he's been a decent dad. And here he's just like, nope, fuck you. I'm a heel now.
Things have changed. Yeah,
I
it's his
will
heel turn.
kill you. I will beat the shit out of you. I don't give a fuck. I hate you. You know, and they just, and of course, Kie Kwan's like, oh, what the fuck's happening here? And then, and Dave drops the hammer. Yeah, you killed his mom. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing this? And
yeah, which gives him the juice to fight back and kind of kick his ass. But yeah, I mean, basically, it's still
a really long scene of them fighting, too.
It's still eventually, like, I mean, I don't think we even mentioned, like, there's other crazy bits, like, I mean, it's after this, but like Mike basically, what does he do first? He gets in some kind of piece of equipment and like drives it, but he eventually gets on a forklift too and like drives it through a wall.
Yeah, because he gets away. Yeah, and he's trying to drop. He's got stuff on a crane.
That's right. Yeah, he's trying to drop the crane shit on them first.
Yeah, so he's dropping like just chunks of rebar and shit all on them, trying to kill them.
Yeah, and then blows a forklift like through a wall at them.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't remember at what point in the fight that comes out, but eventually, like, Dave gets him on the ground with an iron bar enough for, like, that's when the cops finally come in and, like, even though, like, I don't know why they would have any idea what's going on. They're just immediately like, you're the one we're actually after. Yeah, like, Mike Moore, you're the one we're after. Get on the ground, don't move. You know, stop making documentaries.
Yeah, and the other son has eventually shown up and just kind of seen part of it.
Yeah.
But we don't really...
He basically comes in just as they're about to drag him off. And they're like, my dad, what? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, he's under arrest. He's a suspected criminal. And he's like, what'd you do? Yeah, and it just immediately turns on him like, what did you do? And it's like, they're standing there. Your dad is getting arrested.
Like,
piece it together.
And
from here, they just cut to, all right, we're at another tournament, like the beginning.
Right. And
except no helmets.
In none of the intervening days, weeks, years, whatever, however much time passed, never did Drunkle Dave like try to explain this.
I don't know. Like that's what doesn't make any sense. Is they're just at the tournament and he's basically
he's pretty much gone Johnny from Karate Kid. He's just looking at him like I am gonna fucking murder you.
Like
no mercy.
After every one of them, he's just be doing the bolo point, just be like, "You're next," like because he's just glowering at the two of them just sitting there. And it's like, yes, I kind of see, like, okay, it's the whole like, oh, Spider-Man killed my dad thing, you know, but it is not presented that way at all. It's just all of a sudden he's like, no, now fuck you, and I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. And you're just like, wait, where did this come from? Like there wasn't even like the establishing of it. It was just like, oh, my dad's getting arrested. It must be my brother's fault and Uncle Dave, who I idolize. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of fights in the tournament where they both beat everyone up until they have to meet at the end.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to fight Tony. He's basically just like Kiwi's like basically like standing there like I don't want to fight you, and then basically gotta
they're like
the ref or
the
whatever.
ref has to tell him you will be banned for 2 years.
You are a
if
disgrace to martial arts.
Oh yeah, he did say
He
directly you were a
literally
disgrace to martial arts.
calls him a disgrace to martial arts
Yeah.
if he will not fight.
I mean, I guess.
Isn't that like the first thing they teach you in martial arts? Is like, look, violence is like
It is not the answer.
Is not the answer.
Yeah, you should fight only when you
have to. Yeah.
Or
Fight only when fighting two.
I think step one is wax on, wax off, or is that
step one is you do not talk about the dojo.
okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
step two,
Don't
wax
talk
on, wax
about,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Oh my
also
God.
don't talk about the dojo.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of a different movie.
Oh.
Leave the dojo out of this. Yeah. So finally he's like, all right, fine. And so they fight a lot, and they kind of kick the crap out of each other and like actually go at it. And finally there's a point at the end where Kie Kwan like can dodge the kick, but he decides not to.
Yeah, I don't.
So he lets Tony just kick the shit out of him in the head.
I don't.
Which
I don't understand how anyone thinks this is a like a satisfactory ending. Like, how is this satisfactory for anyone? Because like he didn't actually win. If he probably in the deep in his heart knows he didn't really win, and so it's not like he gave him the satisfaction of like, well, my dad's a criminal, but at least I won this sweet trophy because he knows he's a failure, and
He let him win so that he would learn a lesson, and that was what he won was the lesson, and then
Yes.
Charlie won
so
his
the
brother
real
back. So
tournament-
the real trophy was the brothers that made along the way.
Yes.
Okay. All
Finally.
right.
There you go.
All right.
it's
Gotcha.
taken me like
Yeah.
12 years to get that.
Yeah, but yes, he ends his heel turn pretty quickly by going, "Oh my God, I think I just killed my brother."
Right.
Because Kie Kwan has had this medallion around his, or not even a medallion, it's like a piece of jade or something like that around his neck the whole movie.
Sure.
And that kick dislodged it, so it was laying on the mat.
Yes.
And he saw that, and he realized, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
Mm-hmm.
And then they give him the trophy.
Well, first, he could have serious neck injuries, and then they shake him a lot.
Definitely, yes.
But,
Yeah.
which is just pro tip: if you ever are around someone who has a neck injury, don't move them.
Don't grab him by the lapels and go, "Wake up!
Yeah, it's,
Wake up!"
I mean that.
Keep shaking him.
I mean,
Yeah,
that-
you want to leave him in place
Yeah.
and just slap the shit out of him.
I
like,
mean,
back
trust
and
trust
forth.
me. While that's fine for babies, for full-grown humans,
Right.
that is not advisable.
Full-grown humans cannot
Yeah.
tolerate it.
Shake babies all you want. They bounce back.
Don't do that.
I mean, don't shake babies.
Don't do that.
There's literally a syndrome called shaken baby
Don't
syndrome. I mean,
do that.
it's a syndrome.
Don't take
based
baby
on shame.
advice from three guys who definitely do not have babies.
Right.
No one has trusted us with children, nor will they ever.
I mean, once.
I mean, Heya was on. You were just following instructions.
Yeah. I'm sorry that your child was the Polaroid picture.
Yeah.
I mean, terribly sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. He lives.
Yeah, he's fine.
They give him a trophy.
The dog's fine too.
Freeze frame.
Freeze frame.
I mean, the dad's fine too. He's just in jail. So,
Yeah. He'll be back for Breathing Fire 2.
right.
More fire.
Yeah.
Firer. So,
Let's get out of here. No, wait.
no.
No, we got to do other stuff. It's
You're-
been a long time.
You're missing a step.
It's been
my friend.
It's been like
such
2
a
months.
But yeah,
long
it's-
time.
Ratings time.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 jockles.
You want 3?
Jocks? Jocks? Is that what we
Jocks.
called them? Jocks. Yeah. Yeah, I got to go 3. Pretty entertaining kickfest.
Mm-hmm.
It does some real stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But Ki Hui Kwan is pretty good. Like, I keep forgetting that he is good at martial arts. Like,
He was especially good at selling the falls. Like
Oh, for sure.
It's weird because, like, from a filmmaking standpoint, from like a storytelling standpoint, it makes your character look weak to show him continually getting the falls. It's just he's much better at it, so they showed more shots of him
right.
properly flipping
Taking
into
a good hit, yeah.
taking the good hits. But it's like, I think he's supposed to be the better one. I mean,
Yeah.
top build, and also
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a mess, but like we were saying at the beginning, like it's people who kind of know how to make a movie,
Yeah.
but people who also kind of don't, and people who kind of know how to write a movie, but also kind of don't.
It's like they don't know how to structure a movie.
Yes.
They also don't know how to direct actors because yes, he's good, but I think that's by comparison to everyone else who's fucking terrible. I mean, let's just let's not mince words here. The acting in this is universally bad.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Like line deliveries, terrible.
Mike is the dad. Yeah, Mike. He's the worst. He's the absolute worst.
It feels like every scene he's like, I have to talk as fast as I can just so we can get this over with.
And he's also just like on the verge of yelling. It's like theater direction.
Yeah.
It's like try to be as loud as you possibly
back
can.
of the room.
Yeah, back of the room. Which is my least favorite way of enjoying someone trying to act.
Which is crazy because like of everyone in here, he has had the longest career out of anybody.
Was it after this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
well,
was.
I mean,
is he an
can he
accomplished
get better?
kickman of sorts?
He shows up in a lot of TV stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
is it just when you need a slightly beefier, out of focus Emilio Estevez?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's all just
the other,
stand-in for Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
Right.
Uncle Dave has done a ton of Power Ranger stuff from that point forward.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like action choreography and stuff?
I
or
think so.
Okay.
I looked on his IMDb and it's just like Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power Rangers. So.
Okay. I mean, you can be whatever age, I guess, in those spandex, but I mean, I
He was
can't.
the Bourbon Ranger.
That, you know what? I related most to the Bourbon Ranger. I gotta admit.
Yeah, he was the Johnny Walker Black Ranger.
He is usually Lord Zed, if that means anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a punchy thing. He's just the floaty head guy.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah, so that or am I?
No, wait.
Or
Lord
the
Zed's
evil guy.
the main bad guy.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Zardon's the floaty head.
There's Lord Zed. There's Rygog. He's been a few.
We're just. I'm sorry, millennials. We're not really Power Rangers ages. We floated through
No.
that time, but
Yeah.
it's not burning our psyche.
Power Rangers was just
Yeah.
after us.
Like I watched it because like original Pink Ranger is hot. That's just where my head's at. I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry to offend your Zordness or whatever.
Yeah.
Megazord.
Your Zordness. Mazordi.
Yeah, Mazord.
my sweet Zord. Anyway, did you give a rating?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Zordon.
You want me to? I mean, I
Go
can.
for it.
All right. So I mean, I'm on the fence. I could be like you, and I could give this Three Ninjas Jocks, but I don't want to. I want to give it
Ninjocks.
Three Ninjocks, but I think I want to give it a Secret of the Twos. Because I mean, honestly, like I love kicky punchy movies, but there is not like it's sort of like I like dogs and I like cats. But if you want to ruin my kicky punchy movies, put in some zoinks and boinks. If you want to ruin my cats and dogs, make them talk. So I mean,
You don't like a little zoink and
unless
boink?
you're Babe. I mean, Babe is an exception, but like everything else has not figured out like animals talk like ADHD kids, and that's every other movie that with talking animals.
Yeah.
So that being said, I like a lot of this, but man, I really don't care for when it decides to get zany, and the plot and the acting is generally terrible. I mean, it ends up having some ridiculousness that makes it funny just because of like lines of like, it's because of pizza, or like, find me that pizza slice, and it's like things like that, or just
Or her parents died for a piece of plastic pizza.
yeah, things like that, or just certain side characters just doing something slightly stupid enough where it's like, the fuck. Like there was one kung fu guy in one of the tournaments that just kind of was growling. I don't know what he was doing. Like his prep was just like,
he's like a T-Rex.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
He got kicked in the neck.
He was a T-Rex. That's what it was. Yeah. He was
that.
focusing. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's two jocks. The Secret of the Twos.
Man, I'm at 4.
Okay.
Honestly, like I had a lot of fun with this.
Okay.
I think there's that little bit too much chaos as far as like action scenes that just devolve into like, wait, what is he doing now? Wait, how do you get over there? What's going on? Like that stuff will always bother me. But like chaos and bad delivery in other sections that aren't action scenes, fucking love it. And this has plenty of that. And then it's got just plenty of dudes getting chucked through windows.
Dude's getting wrecked.
It's got people got the 2-foot kick to the chest.
Oh, there's a couple of double punches, like someone.
There's an off-screen double punch.
Yeah, like someone will throw a punch and hit both the young kids in like one punch.
There's also the one where the
breakdancer.
Yeah, the breakdancer guy is doing his thing, and just from off camera.
Well, yeah, he gets tapped on the shoulder by Bolo Young, and so but he does like a robot move over, and as soon as he like he just clock right on the chin.
Yeah. So there's like little touches like that that are like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And then But yeah, it can't quite reach the 5 for me.
How many did you?
4.
Oh, 4. Nice.
Yeah. I liked it a lot, but
Right.
yeah, it is something, and it's on Amazon Prime.
It is.
The transfer is bad.
Yeah, every version.
According
of
to Chuck, every version of this that exists is bad.
Yep.
So, just go in knowing that, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Right?
sure.
Get yourself a slice of pizza.
Yeah. What do you want on your tombstone?
Yeah.
Do they even make those anymore? Is tombstone still a thing? I don't know. I haven't bought frozen pizza in a long time, so.
I don't know.
Red Baron's still a thing. Tombstone's got to be a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so.
Tombstone. Unless DiGiorno cut them out.
But that was you still had to assemble DiGiorno's, right?
I don't know, man.
I think they was for like
It's not delivery. That's all I know.
I think maybe I'm thinking of something else. There was something where it was
I only
like
buy
some
delivery
assembly
pizza.
required pizza.
I only buy delivery pizza. I don't
Okay.
give a shit about DiGiorno.
Right.
Unless it's a Totino's. But I'm still mad at them
For
because
my
they're...
hungry guys.
Yes. Still mad at Totino's about changing up, going to rectangle pizzas. That's bullshit.
I love a good French bread pizza. That's one of my favorite things.
Sure, that's fine. If it's French bread, I don't want a fucking rectangular pizza, though.
Oh. Was that just so you get more pizza in the box? I mean, I'm kind of okay with that then. Square pizza.
You don't get any more pizza.
Oh, I mean, I just thought maybe it was like end to end, like wall to wall carpeting.
No, it's not. It's a more efficiently packaged pizza, but it's
Ah.
not. You don't get more value. In fact, the price keeps going up.
I regret saying have a piece of pizza before watching this movie.
Are you thinking about pizza now?
Not anymore.
Cool.
This was also like a disgusting looking. If this was at any point in time an actual pizza and not plastic pizza, it was awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I was waiting for it to crawl across the floor.
We got a last minute email from Kyle.
Really? Well, you should read it before we get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
But first, tell the people how they can get in touch with us.
BMF at BMFcast.com. That is our email address. BMFcast.com is our website. Check us out on whichever socials are left by the time you're hearing this. Also, go to our Patreon, patreon.com/BMFcast, and throw us a couple bucks if you like what we do. It's, it keeps the lights on and all the shit going. So, Kyle says, physical media. Hey, BMFcast. For a few years, I had slowed down on collecting physical media. Recently, my kid and I have gone back to collecting Blu-rays of older movies. Our renewed interest has come from the recent wave of movies just being removed from streaming services. Add to that, many companies have been releasing niche and forgotten movies on discs, making it exciting to look for cool stuff to own. For example, I just recently procured a copy of Tammy and the T-Rex Gore Cut. I found joy again in something I thought was fading away and ironically was spurred by the fear of having things just disappear. How do you feel about this recent removal strategy? Glad to see you on stream again. Keep up the awesome work. Crash and burn, Kyle. P.S. The above-mentioned kid who once had joined us on a Press F weekend is actually an adult now. Fuck, I'm old. Yes, you are, Kyle.
Join the party.
We're all old.
Richter.
Yep.
I mean, Richter Mortis.
Yeah. I'm not really collecting...
I want to back up and address something directly in that. Like, what is this recent removal? Like, what happened?
Stuff just keeps, Paramount keeps getting rid of stuff. HBO, when they switch to Max, WB Discovery, they're all just pulling shit from their catalog lately. Half of it is, trying to fuck the writers and trying to not have to pay more money.
Yeah.
And half of it is just they can take things away, so they are.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they're killing movies as tax write-offs, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because all right, so I only asked because out of nowhere I was like, I am going to slowly take the Police Academy challenge. I'm going to watch them all because they were on Max. I got through 2.
And they disappeared. Yep.
All gone.
Yeah.
So I was like literally in the middle. I was like, oh, all right. I guess I won't be watching that now.
Disney just randomly pulled Willow, Kyle says in the chat.
Yeah.
So they still have the show, but they pulled the movie?
the show.
The show went away?
Which, yeah, like you can't get it anywhere. It was only streaming, and now it's gone. They did it. There was some movie, I can't even remember the name of it, but it came out May 12th, and they've already yanked it, and it's gone forever.
Was it that one I talked about, the kids movie? Sounds about right when it came out. Crater?
Yeah, that one actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So that's the one I was saying is pretty good for a kids movie. But
Yeah, well,
I guess it's gone now.
Doesn't matter. It's gone.
Honestly, like I think it's well known that we're proponents of like the streaming future for a long time, but now they're using it now due to the enshittification of it.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to weaponize it, then clearly it's not the way to go. So
Right.
I mean, honestly, that's a really dumb move because you know what the next fireback is ain't nobody gonna be buying anything.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're just gonna.
I already see memes every day of like, like the Mo throwing Barney out and then Barney showing up back inside, but piracy is the
right.
right. Like Netflix threw the piracy out the window because you could just get shit,
Yeah.
and now it's like, oh well, you've taken everything away again, so piracy is our option.
Yeah, what it does is make me wonder what the next cycle is, because like the early days of DVD were just a fucking gold mine for people who wanted director commentary, deleted scenes, behind the scenes, like all that sort of stuff. Fucking gold mine until like I'd say 2004, 2005 is when it stopped. And then we were in kind of a period of like, okay, streaming's starting, but like Netflix only has trash. And they had movies, but it was mostly trash. And then eventually they started making their own shows. And like,
They also picked up a whole bunch of movies.
Yeah, and I feel like right as the pandemic happened, and probably because of the pandemic happened, like we were in a fucking golden age of streaming, where it was basically everything was everywhere. Like you wanted something, there was a 90% chance you could find it on one of the services,
Right.
and the services were worth your money to get
Correct.
on them. And now we're hitting the point where it's like, not anymore, because we're just going to yank shit randomly. And
So bizarre because like things that so on the flip side, I swear 3-6 months, I don't know, not that long ago, I went searching for like a couple movies that I was just like, oh man, it's been 20 something years or more since I saw that. I want to remember if it's any good or not. And they were just nowhere. They were on none of the services, and like now they are. Like, I mean, two random ones, very random, was like Johnny Dangerously was fucking. Now you couldn't even buy it on iTunes.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even like available. Period. In digital form. That's now on HBO Max. And Drop Dead Gorgeous, that 1999 one, not the later movie, but the one with like Kirsten Dunst and stuff in it. But yeah, I was
Johnny Dangerously was on a streaming service like 4 years ago.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. I think it was on Netflix or something.
Yeah, a lot of the older ones jump around, but like for a long time, HBO Max was like the one. Like if you liked movies that were more than 10 years old and weren't Marvel movies, you were going to find them.
I'd still say that's the case
Max.
because of the TCM library they have going on there. But
yeah, but they've been yanking stuff.
It's
from
still
that,
annoying
too.
because like I said, just things that should be catalog movies. Like, I mean, it must have been because of them pulling it, but I swear, like the Police Academy set on iTunes was like in the top bundles the next day. I'm like, really? Like that's in your of all the fucking movie bundles there are, that's in like the top 20? Like, I mean, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like seriously. Like,
And the thing is too, like we need the option to like hide purchase stuff from like because of movies everywhere and just like sometimes just being like, hey, that's a good bundle, I'll get that, and then it's like, the fuck do I have a copy of this for? Or like you saw, like some movie was like $4. It's like, oh great, now I have a copy of 65 in my library forever, and it's going to show up at the top because it's a number.
Yeah.
Like,
But hey,
they need a way to just hide them.
you can.
Well, the great thing is, you don't actually own those, so
I
maybe they'll
know.
take them away one day.
Yeah, probably will.
For
Or
some,
they'll,
I'm, like,
they'll at least
pleased.
downgrade the quality at some point in time randomly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling that with music. I have just put together a hi-fi system because I got randomly inspired to by random other purchase on Facebook Marketplace, and I got a record player that is actually worth a shit. And I'm like, hey, I can buy some physical music now.
Yeah.
I haven't really had a reason to buy physical music. And so, I've probably bought 10 records in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I own these now. Somebody would have to like physically come and take them away from me. Whereas, like, I have a playlist on Spotify that's like an official playlist, and there are tracks removed, like that
Yep.
have been removed from Spotify on that. Shit will disappear, and the versions will change. That's the biggest fucking crime.
Yeah.
Is I don't want to listen to the 20-year anniversary remastered with 84 extra tracks version.
I've heard some shit that like I've heard some remasters that like don't even sound like the original song. That's how fucking tonally different they are. Like especially 80s things, which were super treble heavy, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Jesus, that's so much. I don't even hear the treble parts anymore.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
right.
and then you had like Weezer changing the guitar solo in El Scorcho for no fucking reason. You know, like
I don't
there's
think
just
I've ever heard that other version. But I mean,
the original one's different
Hmm.
from like the CD from way back when. Like,
Huh.
yeah,
I don't.
There's a
wondering
few
which one
things-
I've heard.
there's
more
a few
of.
things they've changed
Yeah.
in a lot of songs. Like, and some bands just do that where they're just like, nah, you know. I mean, and Kanye, for the piece of shit he is, like he changed one of the albums a bunch of times
Yeah.
a few years ago. Where it's just like, no, that version's gone now. This is the new version. I like it better.
Yeah. And you can never get that old version back unless
Yeah.
you own it.
Thanks, George Lucas.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So yeah.
And the worst is like, you know, with things like that when it's like I've had that happen with like favorites and YouTube and stuff, and it's just like this video has been removed. And it's like I don't even know what that was. It was just in my favorites, and now
Yep, it's gone.
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
gone
Chuck
forever.
stuff's gone.
I'm just saying it's like now I don't even know what I had or what it,
Yeah.
to
Yep.
look for it
Yeah.
somewhere else.
On the other side of the coin, having a whole shit ton of physical media sucks. There's no way around it.
I mean, as far as
Moving,
storage, moving,
having
everything.
it, like you got to curate it. Like you can't be like I was
Right.
15 years ago and have literally 1,500 DVDs and Blu-rays in your house. Like
Right.
it's not feasible. Like, and that's what I'd say. I'd be like, I love physical media. Curate your shit. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to have everything, but you know what? Like if you want all the Star Warses, okay, you know, like get yourself a set. But like you don't need to have a box set of fucking Clone Wars season 3. Like you don't need it. All right. like really look at your stuff and be like, what could I watch any day?
Or what do I want to always have available to watch?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like TV shows were. I mean, I know we started consuming more and more episodic and continual TV shows thanks to DVD.
Yeah.
The rental
Yeah.
of it and being able to binge disc after disc after disc and see the whole story unfold. But you really have to look at especially when you're purchasing, go back through your list of shows and be like, I am, I watched this, I enjoyed it, I am never going to watch it again, because that's most TV shows. I mean, I only have 3 or 4 TV shows that I would ever think about watching the entire thing all the way through
Buffy.
ever again. I've honestly never
Are you
done
done
that.
with Buffy?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, I've never done a full rewatch. I mean, I've watched Mr. Show in its entirety 6-7 times in my life, stupid things like that.
Yeah.
So I was just
BBC shit's great for that.
Yeah, I mean-
you're like, hey, I've watched 6 episodes. It's done.
I mean, I think I've probably watched I think I've watched Community in its entirety twice. A couple things, but
I never watched the last couple seasons
yeah.
just because it's to me, once I do that, then it's officially over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I've
still
actually
over.
seen all but the one, the Brie Larson episode of the Gas Leak season.
Okay.
That's the only episode I haven't seen out of that one, which is weird.
Oh,
And really
that's,
a horrible.
that's you, isn't it?
No. Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Email.
Yeah, it looked weird, and I needed to
Mm-hmm.
confirm.
Yeah, but also, if you go to sell your old DVDs and Blu-rays,
Ain't worth dick.
ain't nobody paying shit for them.
Nope.
Even a lot of the rare stuff that we have sold from, getting them through Shout Factory or
Right.
whatever, that we donate all those proceeds to charity. We lose money on all of that. I mean,
Sure.
not only because we're donating it, but because whatever we spent, we're always getting half of that, maybe.
Yeah, I
in
think we
eBay.
kind of maybe 50 to 75%. On a good day, it's 75%. one time I think we sold for a like 600% profit because one thing was really rare. But
Yeah.
I only ever sold one DVD. I just ran it into. I mean, I just bought it in Best Buy. I didn't know I was buying something special, but it was like a numbered version of I think Army of Darkness or one of the Evil Deads, I think. But you know, it was re-released later, not numbered, with pretty much all the same things, and I was like, I don't give a shit. This just things. This sold for like $150. You know?
Yeah.
I sold it for pretty close to that. You know, from like a $10 DVD.
Yeah, like I still have the original Criterion, like The Killer and Hard Boiled from 1998.
yeah,
I'm sure those are fucking worthless. I probably fucking got laser rot at this point. So who knows?
I think that problem is overblown. But
yeah,
like the vinyl market is hot.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not collecting, so that's a good thing.
No, you got to curate it. That is my that is what I'm
That's
saying.
something I was going to get around to. I bought an album because it looked cool, and I was like, oh man, what if this sucks? I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to keep it. It's an album from a band called the Motels, and it's really not that great. It looks like it's going to be a cool fucking album. I thought I was going to have scored some sort of rare gem weird thing, but no, it's bad. There's a reason it was $5. It's because the album is bad. But I can just take it back to the record shop and be like, hey, give me $1 for this or whatever.
Yeah.
And move on with my life.
Yep.
I'm at that point now where I can accept a loss.
Yep. Curate. Don't worry about getting rid of it.
Yep.
Trust me. If you really want it, buy a digital version, and maybe it'll be there.
No, if you really want it, keep it. Like, that's
no,
the thing.
you set it free, and if it comes back,
No, keep it. If you
then it was
really
meant
want to
to
keep
DVD.
it, just get rid of the unnecessary shit.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, just curate, because like sometimes it's like, oh well, the DVD is only $6, but the rental is $4. Just do the rental.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, do the rental. I'm sorry. Like learn from my experience.
Fair enough.
You
Fair
don't
enough.
need it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the person that's like, if it's $1 more to buy it versus rent it, I'm buying it 100% of the time.
Right.
But yeah, I also don't. I have lots of things in my library.
Well, I'm talking physical versus just renting.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's Redboxes still exist. I don't know what their libraries are like, but they're still out there.
That's amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Try before you buy.
Though I'll say this: get a player now, because they're probably gonna stop making them, and like Xboxes, the player is shit.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Get a
like,
dedicated
Get yourself
Blu-ray
a dedicated player if you really care.
I would say that. I mean, yeah, I would say that's the case if you care about physical media at all.
Yeah.
it's
and
gonna-
look on eBay for a good one that's like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you
because-
only need Blu-ray, then sure, yeah. But
Yeah, get a high quality one that's a few years old. You'll save yourself a ton of money because none of the new ones are good. So just get an older, high quality one.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason you go new is if you want to throw the 4K everything down from there.
But no, I
into
mean,
it,
like
yeah.
you can get one that's 4K that's a few years old.
Yeah.
Because
Tried
they
and
basically
tested.
stopped making anything but like really expensive ones or really shitty ones. So
Yeah. Yeah. But you will need a player at some point.
Yeah.
And even if you're not using it,
buy 2.
hang on to it.
I'm gonna say buy 2 because in 20 years you won't be able to get that laser diode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I mean, it feels like media is moving towards this like Star Trek nobody owns anything thing, but it's not. That's clearly not sustainable. Why would anyone continue to make anything? You know what I mean? It just feels like our culture is like moving to this like, oh, I could just pull up whatever I want on demand. I don't need to pay for it or whatever.
They're
It's
trying
just,
to sell us on that,
right, but
making us pay for it and then taking away other things.
yeah, I mean, it feels like they want to double dip. It's like, well, if we don't pay the people that are making it and we take the money from the people that want it, then we get twice as much money. So, I mean, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, obviously, I still think art is worth something if you enjoy it, but you know, at a certain point, you have to say "fuck the man" if the man is being an asshole.
That's right. Stop paying the man for art. Start paying artists directly, maybe?
Sure.
I don't know.
Speaking of paying artists directly,
Patreon.com/BMFcast. Yes, that is how you can pay us directly.
I mean, it's a little indirect, but mostly direct.
It's pretty direct. Patreon takes a cut.
yeah.
PayPal sees the money for a hot second before we spend it on DVDs and cocaine. Or
And Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah.
but yeah, that's how we. Really, that's just how we pay for doing what we do. It's the cost of doing business.
Yeah. hosting equipment,
hosting
all that
equipment.
Yeah. Captain Kangaroo is ketamine, by the way. I don't know if you're hip to the lingo. But
I am not.
I don't think it is at all. I'm just making that up.
Okay.
Stuff.
Special
I always
K.
knew
I
it
know
as
is-
Special K.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's this is more special. It's got a rank in the
Okay.
and the
Yeah. It's kinda-
ketamine. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, help us keep the lights on, and if you're a broke bitch like we sometimes are, and you can't afford it or you don't want to afford it, then another great way is by telling a friend who also likes bad movies or dudes that are white and that talk
Share.
into your ears.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause we are those dudes.
Legally distinctive from a podcast.
Correct.
Yeah, we are downloadable audio video entertainment show delivered via RSS.
Sure.
There's
So-
an easier way of saying that, but yes,
Right.
I think.
There was
There was.
until Harlow shaved his beard.
It's coming back. Now it's cool again.
Yeah.
I mean, beards are cool again, I hear.
They are.
So let's get out of here, shall we?
Okie dokie.
I am Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ, and this is BMFcast Out. We will hopefully see you next week.
Couple weeks.
Next couple weeks.
In a fortnight.
We'll see you fortnightly.
Bye.
I forgot we were doing fortnightly.
Yeah.
Gotta work on my Keira Knightley impression.
Yeah.
Though I will say, can we do it Tuesday that week?
Fuck no.
Because I fly out on Friday and I need to pack and do all that other shit.
See you next Tuesday. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're right.
I don't think I have
And then I'm
anything
gone
planned.
that following week, but then I'll be back the week after. So
Be
I
back
won't
for the next
miss anything.
podcast. Okay.
So the timing of everything kind of worked out.
Yeah, nice. And
I
we're actually
appreciate-
back on the same schedule now because we were on podcast nights were not the day I got paid, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So if I could get paid and then
Man,
go.
I got paid Monday.
We're gonna make it
That's
rain
some
up
crazy shit. I was like, what are you fuckers doing?
That's early. They must
Yeah.
have put the shit in on Friday, Thursday.
I don't know. I know I approved my employee's time card Friday at like 5 p.m. I was like, get it out. Print it, stamp it, get it gone.
I have a couple contractors that I have to approve time cards for, and I did like, they're like, hey, just so you know, they're asking us to do time cards early, and I was like, cool. Well, I'm off Friday. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Sucks.
Sucks to be y'all. Yeah, goodbye. So I approved them Monday morning because I decided not to log on during the weekend or my day off.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We are so we are now on a 9 days fortnightly schedule at work, which is really weird. So I have every other Friday off.
No shit.
Shit,
That's pretty awesome.
it's kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah. I need that.
you have to work a little bit more those other
Yeah.
9 days, but
I
like-
work every day.
yeah, right.
I work enough every day.
So it's basically work an extra 50 minutes, you know,
Yeah, not bad.
every day, and like I'm
Yeah.
doing enough. Yeah, so doing enough already, and every once in
Wait,
a
so
while
they still want you to get 40 hours in on that short week? That's what
they want you to get 80 hours
in
in
2
in
weeks.
those 9 days.
Okay.
So do that however you want.
Gotcha.
Is essentially what it is.
I see. So
Just
you
make
still have to report time, though, is what you're saying, though. Like, I see that's what's weird. I mean, I
so
feel like
I'm salary. We
Yeah.
almost all of us are salary. We don't have to report time. They just want you to put in that 40 hours, or that 80 hours every 2 weeks.
like log it into something.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope,
Okay.
just do your work.
Do it. Yeah.
Accomplish the same. I
Right.
should say accomplish the same amount of work in 9 days instead of 10.
Ah,
However you want to do that.
I can already do that by being smarter than the average bear.
This is how we win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just work a little bit faster.
And by that I mean I'm a hairy guy that
Yes.
some men would like to fornicate with.
I think
I mean, maybe I don't know.
to
how big-
self-describe as a bear, you have to be.
Do I also have to be?
I think you have to be a hairy gay man.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Harry Gaiman.
Yes.
Is that Neil's brother?
Yeah.
Yes.
He wrote.
Hi, I'm Harry Game. Do you like spooky books?
You like spooky butts?
Or you should read my brother's stuff. I went a little Pat Buttram there in the end. I'm sorry. I was watching a movie the other day just because Pat Buttram was listed in the credits. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
ooh, I should
have watched it.
I should have.
Old Pat Buttram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was an old Elvis movie I hadn't seen. I was like, oh, Pat Buttram's in this? Hi, come on, Elvis.
Come on.
You can't be roustabout and around like this. That's the movie I was going to watch.
So Green Acres, if you want some more Pat Buttram.
Isn't he a voice in Disney's Robin Hood?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe he's the
Sheriff?
Sheriff? Yeah, he's the sheriff. Sheriff of Nottingham. A wolf.
We're going to cut his heart out with a spoon. Sorry, I just crossbred my Robin's Hood. I actually just recently rewatched the Kevin Costner one because it was free on Apple. I don't know, some random like action adventure movies were free on Apple recently. I mean, they always have like a free random rotating.
Oh,
set
hey,
of
congrats,
movies.
Kyle, on the decent job.
What? Kyle get a decent job?
Yeah, he said finally got a decent job. No more retail for him.
Fuck yes, Kyle.
Yes, but he said it in El Español. I mean, partially.
That's fine.
We like it.
No más retail
I'm happy for
para
you.
mí.
Seriously happy for you because you've told stories and that fucking sucks. So welcome to the big times. Time to up your Patreon amount.
There's a rad picture of his cat.
Now we gotta wait.
Was it that one? Was
No,
it like
that's
a? Was it blurred out? Explicit
I
pussy.
think that was a butthole.
Oh,
Wait, what?
It's gone now.
that.
Hey,
it's a cat.
no, bring the cat back.
I know. It's just
Hey,
it's a cool cat.
Cat looks like it's resting on an armchair, like
It is like a human.
it's in a chaise lounge, or any lounge if you want. I mean, personally, we were talking about physical media. I mean, my personal physical media collection has netted me many things. Like, I was able to use the pickup line many times. Would you like to come home with me? I have Buffalo 66 on DVD.
did it work?
No.
Once.
Oh,
I'm just,
okay,
no,
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm quoting a song. If you didn't know.
I don't know.
Is it a Butthole Surfers song?
No, it's a new song, actually. It's just weird that it references a 20-something-year-old movie on DVD.
Does that have Christina Ricci in it?
Yeah.
I was about to say, did that work on Christina Ricci?
Yeah, I mean, I wish. But no.
Try.
I can try. I mean, I probably would if I ever met her. I would probably try that line.
What's the song?
It's the band is...
Have Buffalo 66.
No, the band is Wet Leg, but I think it's called... I think it's Wet Dream, I think is the name of the song, actually. I think is what that's from.
That's gross. I don't like that.
All right.
I want my legs dry.
They have very odd videos on YouTube. They're all kind of similar, but weird. Like they're almost all like hanging out in this like... It almost looks like
Hanging out
an Amish farmhouse. I almost said Amish, but yeah, like...
downtown.
Can we have some
Yeah.
Amish for the poor? Like, can we have some horse and buggies, please, sir? But yeah, it's just like them hanging out, almost like a Amish farmhouse with like weird Amish clothes, just dancing around and stuff. I don't know. They're very weird videos, but yeah, Kyle's heard that song. I think it's a semi popular song, the Buffalo 66 one. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, Mackie has left the room, which means it's time to go. So, goodbye, Kyle. Goodbye, Internet.
That's right. Old Mackey's gone.
Old man Mackie's left the table.
So it was Wet Dream. All right. It popped in my head because I said Chaise Lounge, which is another one of their songs said in the French.
Yeah, now that Chuck quit, I'm the oldest again.
Yay! Old man Mackey. All right. Bye, Internet.